Booyah! I did it. I did it. I need fucking Jimmy Bubbles. Need this motherfucker. Let me get my fucking commentaries going here. Fucking Teasy and Tony. Why not? And Heather Williams. Are the police looking for you, Heather Williams? Use your government and get you a nickname. And fucking Big Nip and TZ. What is good, everyone? Can everybody hear me good? Is it good? I didn't really do too much test. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm not real good at this. So I'm giving this a shot to do some fucking other things. All right. And I am going to send this link out to some people so that should I just put it in the chat, and then like anybody that wants to come fuck with me, you come fuck with me. Should I do it like that? Because I am in control over like who comes in, who comes out, what happens, what we show on the screen. I'm not very good at all of this. Like I said, my man Jimmy Bubbles, he does things a little differently than me. So I'm new here. Oh, why did it do that? Why did it disappear? Okay, that's what that one does, everyone. That's what that one does. So I sent my links out to some people, and I thought it would be some cool shit if maybe I just kind of sat here and, reviewed some shit, talked about some Juggalo shit, the Juggalo weekend bullshit. Fucking Lenny Clark, got to get you a nickname too, because it's just fucked up, I'm flexing the Camp Diamond wear today, right? My sister got this for me. What up, Spooky Today? Hell yeah. We're here for the watch hours. Okay. If you just wait, you need an opportunity. You need an op. You got ops, Yami. You got ops, my mans. You got ops. Let me tell you. I know because I seen the clip of old Forkhead talking about fucking, oh, when I see that, Yami. When I see that motherfucker. Funny shit. When the inmates run the asylum. I know, right? I know. I've got. I should probably shut. I got shit fucking going. I don't even know. I could do a little bit of screen sharing, shit like that. And what's Jimmy Bubbles? I don't know. He's doing things. Jimmy Bubbles is doing things. He don't need me. You know what I'm saying? Like I asked him if he wanted to come play with us, and he said, "Oh, that's what that one does." That's what that one does. What's that? Oh, fucking Juggalo Math 17. I'm not going to say your real name because I don't want you to get a bunch of angry reacts, but I can appreciate that. You like that? That's me. Look, and then every once in a while I do this thing. Okay, but I'm not going to keep doing that because it's fucking stupid. But when my guests join me, we're going to talk about some shit in the Juggalo community, even Juggalo Math 17. Would you like to come on and talk some shit? Because this is what we're doing, is giving a little perspective of how we see things in this motherfucking jugcom that we're in. We're all fucking living this, different levels. We're all variants, just living this shit. Oh, and fucking Chucky Williams, Big Nip. Let me send you the link. Let me fucking get my shit together here. Oh, I gotta do it on here. See, goddamn, I'm not real good at this. Okay, I'm just telling you guys, I'm kind of new here, so you're gonna have to bear with me. You're gonna have to bear fucking with me. All right, boom, boom. Boom. All right. There it is. There it is. We are gonna oh, Matt. Hey, what up, Matt? Because that's what they call him on the block. It's good. But what it comes down to, with a lot of this stuff. Like I said, we're all living this shit. We're all doing it differently. You know, a lot of us, you know, I've been spending more time on the internet, learning, you know, the internet jugs, as to where I know, you know, Juggalo Math 17 spends his time in the streets, you know, doing fucking putting in the real work with shit. So that's a lot of what this is. I'm hoping to see you at some jug events sometime soon. Old Juggalo Math. Oh, let me see. Our fucking guest, one of our guests. Hey, what up?
What's up, guys?
What's happening with you, Big Nip? I got you. Do we got audio?
Do we yeah, give me a second.
Let me the audio.
All right, there we go. I had to escape out of the video.
All right. All right. So yeah. Like I said, you know, we was coming on here. You know, I didn't get to do Juggalo Day, so I was a little bit.
Either.
Yeah, a little bit like, oh man, you know, I really like that one. Are you going to be doing the Anubis release party?
Yes. Already got my tickets.
All right, I'm hoping to hit that one too. My sister's making me go. I don't really want to go, but she's making me, so
I might be picking the boys up and taking them.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, it's and I don't know if people know. If you guys don't recognize Nip, he's the way he wears his jersey says Butthole Raider on the back of it. So that's right.
And I was in the Juggalo Penis video.
He was in the Juggalo Penis infamy. That's what I say. This is Big Nip of Juggalo Penis infamy. In case nobody recognized who the fuck he was. All right. And how long you been doing this shit, Nip? You've been at this shit a while, right?
God, dude, I've been jugging over 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. 20 years. Yes.
Yeah, like I have memories in Peabody's and Cleveland and everything else.
Oh, Peabody's, such a wonderful place. Yeah, they tore it down. And I never went to go get a brick. You know, there's a bunch of my friends who go out there, oh, we're going to get a brick from Peabody's. Going, fuck what I want a brick from Peabody's for. Now I'm like, damn, wish I would have got a fucking brick from Peabody's.
Yeah, because you know,
through the window of the foundry.
You know, Riot Maker, the tech song was about a concert at Peabody's.
I was in Cincinnati. I might have to dispute you on that one.
No, I was there. It was at a venue, or it was at Peabody's. It was during Prozac's set.
Yeah, I do recall the song because you know he like fucking he calls some fucking shit out. He calls some shit out where a chick tries to sue him for getting she got fucking hurt in the mosh pit or whatever. And was like, oh, let me contact my lawyers and
I will never forget that, bro. A day in my life. Because y'all know Peabody's, it was old school. You could get right up next to the stage, climb up, and jump off.
Oh, yeah. You were right there. You know, it wasn't real high and stuff. You were right there with it.
Right, and that's what this bitch was doing. But when Tech 9 says, when this happened, it wasn't even during my set. It was during Prozac's set.
Right, but she was trying to sue Tech.
Yeah, because it was a Tech 9 show.
Check them. RDN, look that up for me. I don't have a Jimmy Bubbles no more, you know. So I'm like new here. Oh, look at this. And what I like to do is I always like to have 2 guesticles on the show because you know 1 guesticle isn't enough. 3 guesticles is too many. 2 guesticles, just right.
Congratulations on the baby, Kiki. How have you been?
Nip, I've missed your fucking face, man.
What's up?
Oh, hey, Woody Woo's in the chat. What up, Woody Woo?
Hello.
Good to see you. We love you, motherfucker.
He's awake.
Look at this guy. Oh, he's brand new.
At him.
That's a little grown ass man.
He's brand new. As I say, he looks like a little mafia guy. So you got to get him a little suit and you know, do him up. So when's he getting his tattoo?
Shit, I don't know.
We're gonna get a little hatchet man on the bottom of his foot or something.
Most likely.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy because a friend of mine, I love her to death, and we've been friends for like, oh my god, since high school. She actually found my oldest son's baby onesie. It was an ICP onesie that was red and white, and it said Insane Clown Posse on it. So I bought
Nice.
this.
Nice.
So I bought that shit back like in 07, like 07, 08 when I was pregnant with him.
Uh-huh.
Totally forgot about it. And of course, you know, it's been circulated between my kids and her kids. And she just gave it back to me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is 17 years.
And it's going like, oh
And
shit.
it made a full circle back from my kids, her kids, and then everybody else. Now it's back to me. So now
And be real about it. Like when they're that young, their clothes fit for a month. You know what I'm saying? When they get that young, and it's like, you know, like I said, like once a month, you know, or you go to put something on them, and you're like, oh, well, it's the last time you're wearing this, you know, because you ain't getting no smaller, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. I'll tell you, with my kids, I always bought a size or two bigger.
Dude, you
I'll
had
delete
to.
your comment, Tony.
You had
right.
to. You fucking
Yup.
had to.
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah,
had
even
to.
which especially you know, then they start getting a little older because I got one in third, second, first grade, and the shoes is the thing, right?
Third,
like they
second,
grow.
and first grade. Damn,
What? What?
Hey, I'm not mad. You knocking them out. You knocked them
That's
out.
right. That's right. I got a team. I'm at 5. I'm trying to get up to 6, so they nobody has they so they could carry me.
There you go.
I always tell my kids, one of y'all fools got to be our meal ticket. Get us out the hood.
Well,
Hey,
my son Zachy has been making some noise, putting out some music and shit. And I'm very critical.
I'm
Yeah,
so
very
proud of him,
critical
like,
of the music.
Yeah, I can't wait to get a copy of his record.
And he, I know he was just at the con. I was actually thinking like maybe it'll be like a fun thing that like I'll call him on here and we'll see if he answers and if he's like, fucking leave me alone, Dad, fucking, because that's kind of shit he'd be doing to me. But hey, and you were right, Nips.
Kid.
Tony Why Not says that Tech Nine has mentioned the inspiration for Riot Maker came from a concert in Cleveland where a significant mosh pit started during his performance. But it was actually during Prozac, is what he said.
Yeah, it was Prozac.
Yep.
It was a Prozac set.
See, she can vouch for me.
Set.
People don't believe me when I tell them I was there.
It's a true story. It was
right.
Man.
People's like, oh bullshit, you wasn't there. You were bullshit, motherfucker.
If you've never been to a BDM show, you don't fucking know. You don't know.
Right.
It's a whole different other type of energy.
And I swear,
I'm getting goosebumps, bro.
I love Prozac.
For a while there,
Clark.
In the late 2000s and stuff, it was like every weekend there was something going on. Like you see, you know what I mean? There was Tech's coming, you know,
Project or ABK or Blaze or Boondocks. Right.
Everybody was coming in. I did so many, like I remember the first time Twisted did a solo tour. And they played at this little place called the Euclid Tavern. They didn't even play at Peabody's. And it was like this little hole in the wall bar. And they only did like 8 dates. But like, you know, I remember when Blaze first came out on his solo tour. And like, you know what I mean? Like so many of these like artists that are considered old school now. I'm like, well, shit, I remember when they first started baby stepping and coming out on their own and shit.
Right.
Tony says back in the golden days.
Well, man, no, just like,
I'm a firm believer. It was something about the early 2000s, before the 2010s, the music, the lineup, everything was just so raw that you couldn't help just to go to a show. Like for me, it was nothing for me to go to. I would say the Clowns. It's nothing for me to go hit the Clowns in Cincy, Columbus, Cleveland, then turn around, go to fucking Indianapolis, turn around, go to Chicago. I'm saying,
right.
Go down
try to hit the same tour a couple times. Yes,
because it was just fucking, it was nuts, and that's how I met majority of you Cleveland motherfuckers, because y'all did the same shit. If y'all didn't hit the Cleveland show, y'all hit Columbus, y'all hit
Detroit,
or you go
and
to
Detroit,
Chicago,
yes,
and it fluctuates. That's how I was at Big Baby. That's how I met her. And I was like, oh shit. And I seen her so many times. It was like, you know what? Fuck it. You're my bitch. And we're rolling out in this motherfucker.
Kiki, I don't know if you've done this yet, but I let my daughter wanted to figure out music. So I gave her Slipknot, Pantera, and ICP. And I said, here, discover it on your own. She's coming to me like, have you ever heard of this group called Dark Lotus? They're fucking sweet. I'm like, the fuck you know about some Dark Lotus? Like,
so that's fun. So speaking of that, that is actually funny because obviously Buddha's been around. Like you remember when Buddha
Yeah.
was like 3 or 4 years old, I used to bring him to I would bring him to Twisted shows. I would never bring him to the clowns because the clowns get crazy. Boof it.
There's a boof it, and then it says
Buddha used to sit on
boofed it.
stage for Twisted, and it was pretty dope. But now it's like you look at him, he's like all in the ICPs, all in the Twisted. And then now he's like, I don't know what it was. And I was playing Dark Lotus, and he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I'm like, dude, you just don't understand how amazing Dark Lotus was. It was just so different. Spiritual energy, the creative
Oh my God,
lyricness of all of them. And I used to just turn it into a Lotus album to say, okay, Jamie, what you're going to say now? Because you always say something really interesting on a track. If Jamie didn't do anything and Jay fucking takes it, and I'm like, God damn, Jay, I didn't think you was capable of it. Like, it was just something looking forward to.
Or my shit with Jamie or Twisted albums. That's how I was feeling when they dropped the new record.
Yeah.
Especially when Mirror Mirror came out, and then Heartbroken and Homicide. Like when Mirror Mirror came out, I was depressed, down. That's how I was feeling.
I love Mirror Mirror because that was my first Twisted show, was Mirror Mirror, and I am a fool. If you find the original Purple Show DVD, I'm crowd surfing, and you see me and my boy Zach. We're just up there. I'm like, there we go, 1, 2, and I'm like, damn, because it was at a Cincinnati show, and it was You're the Reason. Like, it was right there at the end. It was like, oh, that Bogarts, because you could see the big ass WBN logo in the background. And and I was like, oh yeah, there I go, 1, 2, and I told the kids, I'm like, your mom was in that DVD, and she was just raging.
And just like this, did you guys know this? There's a old ICP shirt where Shaggy's in red shorts, and him and Jay's got their backs to the crowd, and they're standing like this.
I remember that one.
That was done at the Newport.
The old music hall. Yeah.
That picture was taken at the Newport.
I love Newport Music Hall. That place is fun. I remember, what was it? It was Twisted Toxic Terror Tour. I know you were there because I remember you was there. Remember that fucking fat dude that jumped off from the balcony all the way to the mosh pit? Dude, that shit scared the fuck out of me because I was like, oh no, fucking get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Psychopathic
from that show.
The Wicked Clowns. The Wicked Clowns from Outer Space Tour. Remember, it was 2 nights?
Yes.
And the second night, they said Violent J got arrested and they had to cancel the show. Dude, we tore the stalls off the doors of the bathroom, tearing urinals out of the wall. Yeah, bro. We tore the Newport apart, bro. Held the bar bitch hostage. It was passing out drinks. Bro.
That's all bad.
We was about to destroy the Alrosa for the Writers after party after the what was that show? It was the Old Shit Tour, because they did it at the LC Pavilion, the one where they had Ballas at. And then you were supposed to go to the Alrosa for the after party, but when they said it was no riders, dude, everybody in the fucking parking lot, we was about to fight. We were fighting.
Because that was the Kitty Coolio Necro show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. No. You're
that was Cottonmouth King
with KMK. The one I'm talking about was the Old Shit Tour. And they had the different after parties because one after party was Lotus and another one was Riders. I was excited to even go to miss the show because I said, "Fuck it, I've seen them all before." But a Riders tour, fuck it, we're going to act. Cool. It's Riders.
Riders. The thing I miss the most about Riders.
Hey, we got Chew is in the chat. And he just wants to know if Kiki's going to be breastfeeding. Should we tell him he can look forward to that or no?
I have breast milk for sale.
I just don't want to promise him something that I can't pull up on. You know what I mean?
Damn. I mean, if the kid's hungry, he might. I don't know.
There's nothing. These new school cats don't know 3:30 in the morning. You're sitting there all fucked up and all you hear is Lotus or Ride shows 3:30 in the morning at the fucking gathering all fucked up. And then everybody rushes to the main stage. Cave and Rock was by far.
It was just different. You were cut off from the world. You didn't have all even the police presence like Legend Valley does. They have the sheriffs. All right, they're not fucking with everybody. but they definitely were all aware that they're there. That's where like Cave and Rock, you knew they weren't there, they weren't coming, you know, and that's why they had the bird cages and shit for their security to deal with the real fuck shit, because they couldn't just kick you out at Cave and Rock. You know, like, where are you going to go? You got nowhere to go. You're going to go wandering in the woods and then come back in there because there ain't nothing around that motherfucker. I knew someone who
broke their leg in 2009, broke his motherfucking leg to sneak into the gathering, and it was at Cave and Rock. They just turned around. I forgot whatever they did with his leg. They booted him, and then they put him ass back into the gathering. Like, here you go, drop. I'm like, damn, like, you ain't gonna set his shit. You ain't gonna do anything. Y'all
no,
said,
there you
right,
go.
You look good. All right, go. See you later. Like,
we ain't fucking with you.
Right.
But Cave and Rock, what was so special about Cave and Rock, and I also think it's the whole thing that we have right now, is we're so disconnected because everybody wants to look at their phones. You know what I mean? They're literally.
I agree with that. Yes.
Phones. When you was at Cave and Rock, you had to go to the motherfucking pig to get a goddamn signal.
And
you was
right. So you were walking to get.
I'm getting goosebumps from old school. I'm getting goosebumps from old school.
Like, you know, I'll say fuck that pig and fuck that hill, but you know what?
Then even half the time it might not work. It might not even work. You know,
and
right?
Yeah,
and it's
if
not
you
even
had
that.
Verizon, you was okay. But if you had anything other Verizon, you wasn't getting out to anywhere. I remember I used to go up to the pig just to call on my kids, just because that's when my kids were little. And I was like, hey, you guys are good? All right, cool. Your mom's going to go and rage for a little bit. But I would always set a time for me to call and check up on them again. Or, you know, just be like, hey, this is what's going on, or whatever.
And absolutely. And you know what, that's good. And it's such a great segue into this whole bullshit that we're talking about is what it comes down to is the kids. The Juggalos are older. We have, like I said, you know, I got 5.
Right.
You know, I said, Woody said he got a bunch. You know, we've all, you know, we've had kids. We're getting older. Some of us are starting over again. We don't know why. We're fucking dumb or something. I don't know. But I got some young ones too.
I am dumb, man.
But yeah, what the fuck was I thinking? But you know, on that note, so I wish I could do like polls and shit because I can't do polls or whatever. Okay, so let's see a show of hands. How many people think Kiki should bring her baby to the gathering?
Oh fuck no.
Okay, just me.
Hell to the no.
Okay.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Okay. So that's bring the baby to the gathering. We'll bless it and fango, Kiki. The thing about this is like, okay, the gathering is not age appropriate for children that are still breastfeeding. Okay, so because I brought my kid to the gathering a bunch. I used to take Zach. I started out taking him when it was just bring him down for the last night. You know, have some people bring him down and he could experience the ICP concert on Sunday. It used to be on Sunday, you know, or Saturday night, whatever they're doing it. And
that was,
you know, yeah. So you know, he just come down for the last night, and that was like when it first started at Legend Valley, and he went to Columbus with me too, or whatever. Back in 06, he came down for the last.
The year of the mud.
Yeah, the dirty gathering.
Yes.
Yes.
So
gathering.
Oh my God, I made so much money getting in that gathering. With my big nipple.
Being muddy, like up to my knees and thighs in mud, and it was just like the mud just kept creaking. It just. I was
walking down the car line and in the parking lot, being like, I was trying to get in. I was like, I fit 10 CDs on my nipples. They're like, bullshit. I'm gonna lay out the money. I had motherfuckers put 100s and 50s and 20s out in their hoods, and I put the 10 CDs on my nipple and be like, thanks. Like,
I remember.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that, and we're gonna need to see that.
Don't test me, bro. I'll go get 10 CDs right now.
Okay, we're gonna need that to happen then.
Savannah, go get my thing of CDs right now.
Pushing out cars out of the mud. I've been my boy.
I won't put no money on it or nothing, but
he was just recording everything, and this is just us just fucking pushing cars out because it was just so it was shit, man.
And I would bring him down. We would do the last night and go home. You know, it wasn't like he was spending a whole bunch of time there to get to see everything that's going on. Because there's a lot of drugs going on. There's a lot of nudity going on. There's weird shit happening. There's people enema and fucking super soakers and shit. There's weird shit going on, you know?
Mm-hmm. It is.
So then it brings the line like, well, what is the appropriate age? And that has a little bit to do with who you are as a parent also, because I'm not going to say, Erica Cross, Scrub Rags Erica did the Little Riders project a couple years back, where when they seen the little Juggalos, they would give them, a little care package thing, had some squirt guns and, coloring books and stuff in it, some kid-friendly keepsakes.
Yes.
So, I thought like, okay, that's a great thing, because you're not going to stop people from bringing their kids.
Right.
But if you can give them a distraction from a lot of that other bullshit that's going on, that's what it's about, is being able to keep your kids away from after the shows. You can't just, you can't bring your 12-year-old and say, okay, I'm gonna let you walk. Is there 10 of them there?
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. We got a challenge. We are fucking
4,
we are
5,
creating content.
7, 8,
Only you.
9, and 10. Only Nip.
Look at that
Only
Black
Nip.
CD.
Yep.
Now those are not all psychopathic CDs, though. I think I saw Nickelback in there.
Hell no, not. You might catch a Pantera or a corner or two, but ain't no Nickelback. Hell to the no. All right,
Look
my
at the
big
size
nipple
of
right
those
here.
nips. God damn. All right.
That's funny.
That's funny. All right, can you stack them on there? Is this gonna be one of the things Jimmy yells at me about? Jimmy Bubble's always yelling at me about shit. He's like, you can't be doing all the weird stuff with boobs and stuff. And I'm like, well,
There's
he's
one.
just putting CDs on his nipple. Yeah, what the fuck? There's one. Oh man.
2.
This is like, oh geez, come on, is that this isn't that bad, right? No.
Dark Lotus.
No.
Okay.
Okay, Lotus, Black Rain. Black Rain, that's a good one. Oh, boom.
3.
All right. Oh, that's Blaze. That was Blaze.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Blaze.
All right.
Okay, there's 3.
All right.
Jimmy's gonna boot you.
He is gonna freak out on me. I know he is.
There's
gonna be like,
4.
"God damn it." He's like, you're gonna get this whole fucking channel set to. Oh, there we go.
There's
Fucking
4.
all right, fucking Gino. Fuck yeah.
4.
I'll tell you, after the gathering this year, I just had this strange urge to
5.
listen to Dark Half and
Cohanger Strangler. Woo.
oh, the old Kothanger. I really thought he should have put a hyphen in that somewhere.
There's
It looks
5.
like it says Kothang.
Halfway there, guys.
It's
This is autographed.
Koathanger. We're halfway there, and it looks like we still got quite a bit of nip exposed. I'm thinking that I might lose this bet. All right, and which one? Hang on, what was that? Was that Cypress Hill?
Nah, another Brother Lynch.
Oh, that was another Brother Lynch. All right.
I love
and
Brother Lynch. I think
me too. I was
I
just
have-
talking.
been on Strange. That's just me.
I have Brother Lynch's symbol real big tattooed on my calf.
Yeah,
We got
the
4.
thing with Brother Lynch is when he did, he did his little 3 CD thing with Strange Music, his 3 album thing, and I could tell his third album. Which one's that one? We gotta play
Eye of
guess
the
the
Storm?
CD. Eye of the Storm. There you go. Oh, there you go. Okay. I'm glad you're here, Kiki, because they all
Okay.
just look like this to
We
me.
have 3 left. I'm getting ready to put this one on.
Yeah, this is
And
Ohio
it's-
Gambling Juggalo math. This is how we do it.
Literally.
Oh,
Damn.
Kid Crusher.
No, that's some Killer C.
Oh, Killer C. Okay. Somebody like that,
When
yeah.
Killer C used to go by, hold on, let me stop. No one knows his original stage name. If you remember his original stage name, that's just it's insane.
You got me. Is Killer C the one that got blasted with the thing on second stage? Oh, fucking ring box. I know that one.
Yeah, that rainbow. No, Killer
Okay,
C,
that's 9.
He went
That's
by
not. This is
Murder
10.
This is number 10 right here, huh?
Eye. Ooh,
And you're
okay.
gonna do the Riders. Oh man, is that a bootleg CD or is that the real thing? Oh, that's real. Fuck.
There ain't no bootleg shit around here unless it came bootleg.
That's Riders. It's Riders. So I figure it might be.
I mean, you're right. There you go. 10
All right,
seconds on the
goddamn.
nipple. Goddamn,
Now-
I'm already leaking.
Now, can you do a lap or that's okay? Okay, Kiki, you're next. You got to do 20.
Yeah, you gotta do 15, bro.
That shit's gonna slip
15.
off. It's gonna slip off.
So, okay. And look, all right, that wasn't too bad, right? You walk your kid past the gathering and there's some guy stacking CDs on his nipple. Not so bad. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's not the terrible of worst things.
That's not bad. That's not bad. But when you
There's some
have
sexual
things.
things.
When you have things like the dick sucking contest on Merch Row.
Okay. And let me tell you, when I entered that, I thought I was going to be getting a blowjob.
Now, I'm taking my 13-year-old.
That's a bit much.
To the gathering this year.
Not for the contest, though, right?
No. We're going for the shows. That's what we're going for is the shows.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there.
I think parents have to really just take in consideration of, especially when you've been doing this for so long, that there's always craziness that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And this is not just saying just Juggalo shit. This is just shit in general.
Just the shit when you get 5,000 idiots together. Yes.
Right. No matter what. So you're always going to, have all of those fucking idiots around, but you have to be the parent and be proactive and protect your kid from these idiots. To actually think that you can just let your kid just wander off and nothing happens. It's kind of ridiculous.
Right. No.
Hell to the no.
Kids, like you said, 13. Okay. Like by the time Zach was 16, I was comfortable letting him go and do his things. And, he had been to a couple of them and he knew people and he had a good head on his shoulders. So I knew okay, he's going here, he's going there. He's not going to be far. And
I will
if
spend,
anything,
yes. I will spend a little for Tess.
Kiki will spend
told her
the fuck of it. She don't even give a fuck. Fuck it.
What a
hey, but also Kiki knows what it is. She'll be like, I ain't doing that shit. Fuck you guys, and just walk away. So it's
right.
Everybody feels like they're so obligated. They're like, well, what if I don't want to do it? Like, I don't know. You get the fuck off my lawn then. What do you want me to tell you? It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Well, you're gonna do it anyway. You're contractually obligated.
And as long as you and your kid have a good relationship, a respectful one, because I've done told my daughter, anybody hands you anything, you say no, thank you. Unless you know them, I've introduced you to them, and we say they're okay people. Somebody else tries to give you nothing, hell no.
Because
and I done told her
some asshole jugs out there that. One thing that I've never, ever been a fan of or encouraged in any way or whatever is the shit like the LSD and squirt guns and shit like that.
Yeah, no.
And like dosing people that don't want to be dosed, people that are unaware of it. Even if you trip all the time, I don't think your friends should dose you when you're not aware of it. You know what I'm saying?
I love GOK. I love GOK. GOK are some funny fucking people. But at the same time, don't be going around with squirt guns dosed with doses, because at that point,
right.
It's something different. It's something different if you're doing it to your group and your homies, and your homies know that it's in there.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. Like, hey, bro, it's got a dose in it. You want one? Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
That's good.
Fucking Chewy. I love Chewy.
I never let my 13-year-old girl at the gathering, and did you say it was your daughter, Nick, or your son?
I'm bringing my 13-year-old, but I'll tell my daughter. But I'll tell you this: I'm getting one. I done told her, and she's wearing it too. You know those things you put around your wrist and the kid's wrist. It's got the phone cord. So that's how far you're allowed to go for me.
Right, a tether.
I'm going down.
Yeah. And my wife's going as well. So she's going to have one on the other wrist. So.
Absolutely. Because in 13, it's up to you to decide whether you think they're ready for that or they're not. Obviously at 13, that's something they've been talking about. You've been going and they have wanted to go. And
I've let her watch videos.
Maybe next year. Right, because you don't want to bring your 13 around to the wheel when they're doing a butt chug, because we do a lot of whack shit too. You know what I'm saying? And there's been times where I'm like, I got to get the fuck away from this wheel. It's like they're doing fucking crazy shit over here.
But
And that's just like, okay, that's my camp, and we're somewhat tame, compared to what the rest of the gathering's doing. The scrubs were
Man.
doing super soaker beer enemas up there on the main path, and it was a little gross, but also a lot funny. So, thank you for that.
We're gonna come down like later in the afternoon, early evening, so she can see like Ouija and Darby. She wants to stay till 3 or 4 to see Clockwork eat on the pirate ship. We could do that.
Yes, I feel like we did. We brought Corinne down. She was like 17,
No, my only thing is, and this is this may sound fucked up for people, but when I go to concerts, or especially I go to music festivals, and especially when I'm planning on camping and everything, for myself personally, that's my vacation away from my children.
Get away from that shit, or whatever.
Because
now I like Chew being the, how's that fun for you or your kid? Yeah,
like us. Ahead, we are parents 24/7, 360 days a year. You know what I mean? We don't get a chance to let our guard down. But when we do let our guard down, we want to just have no responsibilities and not think of, hey, I got to watch for you. For myself, I like to be appropriate in front of kids. If I'm not drunk in front of my kids, I'm not going to be drunk in front of your kids. And
right, exactly.
Drunk Kiki is belligerent drunk, because drunk Kiki is just fun and I'm funny, but I don't do that. I hold myself to a higher standard. Like, I hold myself to a high standard with my kids, so I do the same thing out of respect for anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely,
and that's appreciated. But I know what I do. I don't drink. I don't do dry smoke weed. That's what I do at the gathering.
That's quit drinking. Too, right? I quit doing. It comes down to the parents. How responsible are they? How are you going to be acting? Are you going to be coherent the whole time? Are you going to be? Do you plan on letting loose, or because that affects your gathering? The type of gathering that you can have. It really limits it.
I'm 5 years sober, and my wife's coming with me, and she's 9 years sober. What's the worst I'm going to do? Smoke some weed? That's about it. Like, my wife don't even smoke weed, so.
And and people like to do their stuff at the gathering. I ain't judging on it. You want to get drunk? Okay, get drunk. You want to drop some motherfucking acid? I've done acid. Hey, you want to do a whole 8 ball of cocaine and act a fool? By all means, go ahead. But go ahead and do what you need to, But it's just
he's Bam Margera. I like
Bam
that.
Margera, brother. Yeah.
He's Bam Margera.
I'm Jason Names.
Jason Names.
No, yeah.
Wait, I thought you were Nathan James.
Jason Names.
Yeah, Nathan James.
I love Chewy. Chewy's one of my favorite.
Is he Jason Names or Nathan James?
I'm Jason Names.
Okay, Jason Names. All right, got it. So, but that's the thing, right? So you got to know that, like, okay, maybe we'll go over here, we'll go to second stage, because then also, we're all fucking vets here, so we know how that is. That once that second stage gets raging and it starts to get 3 or so in the morning, of course, you probably want to have the kid, fucking. Are you guys hoteling it, or are you in a tent, or?
We only live about an hour from the gathering.
But you're going home every night? Like, where are you sleeping at? What are you doing for sleeping? I just camp there.
We haven't decided. We was possibly gonna pitch a tent with Clockwork and maybe stay a night or two, but we will live an hour, bro. I'll drive the hour and sleep in my bed.
That's not really that far. And it gets you the breakaway. See, like when I go to the gathering, I don't like to leave. Usually I don't do the hotel. I stay there, and I don't even like to go to the store and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but
you can only take mindless drugs. You only take mindless drugs for so long before you got to get away from it.
And that's where I get into. Okay, so it, when it gets to be 3, 4 in the morning, and then now you got people that have been partying all day and half the night, and it's almost like the zombie apocalypse going around there, because there's people doing whatever. I mean, I've seen people falling out and shit on fucking fentanyl and you know what I mean, like bullshit like that. And I like shit. I like some extracurriculars and whatever shit too, but like you gotta fucking check your shit, because that shit's real. Right. They will fucking
and that shit pisses me off.
Don't care. It's about money to them,
Because what happened to Juggalos back in the day? Hey, Kiki, stick out your tongue, or here, Swill, take a couple hits, and you fucking trip, and you go to sleep, and you're good. Ain't nobody trying to hurt nobody. What the fuck is wrong with y'all these days?
Right?
People lost that. They lost that shit. you know, the sense of let's be respectful to each other.
Right.
Like why they
What
lost that.
to me, I'm not saying it's lost. Juggalos, us old school cats, it's not the same now. How we were back in our day to each other.
Yes,
Like
and
the
there was a
gathering
lot
to
of shit
me.
that people didn't know each other, so they were being, you're curious and you're asking people and you're talking to people, and this that. Now nobody wants to talk anymore. Even
And it's real
people,
clicky. I don't know
it's
you. Who
very
the fuck is
clicky,
you? Who the fuck
right?
is you
Very
coming up at
clicky.
my camp?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna get some shit. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you fuck with Big Nip? Well, I don't fuck with you now." You know, well,
Yeah.
right? That's the thing too. So
Fuck.
we used to, you
And you
could
know
walk
what?
up
You
to
don't fuck with
anybody's
me.
camp.
And you don't
And
fuck with
fuck
Big
you.
Nip.
Yeah, that's how I am too. Yeah, that's right. You don't fuck with me, then fuck you. You know, because I do a lot of talking in this Juggalo community. I have a lot of friends. I try to facilitate as many things, and keep it as juggy as I can. If you're like, oh, I'm looking to get this done, and I'm like, well, I know a Juggalo that does that. I'll hit him up or send you in his direction or whatever. Oh,
Right.
fucking bees are 17. You're in San Francisco, huh, Spam? All right.
And it just hurts my heart, man. How everybody's just so judgmental. Oh, you like this person? I ain't fucking with you.
I mean,
Oh,
okay, I
6
can't
hour
lie
flight.
on that
Oh
one.
shit.
If I know someone's fucking shady, I ain't trying to fuck with them.
But that's
Absolutely.
not you.
That's just it. That's at the end of the
That's
day.
not
If you're a
you.
But
fuckboy
it's
person,
also the
I'm not into
level.
it.
Okay, now it's the level of fucking shady, right? Now, if I heard somebody been stealing and doing grimy shit and whatever, I know they have a history of that. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
fucking
I
with
ain't fucking
them.
with you. But
Whatever. Hey, EC, my man, it's good to see you.
But
EC shout you out over here. Fucking what's up?
but yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, it's just crazy how it is nowadays. And everybody's trying to find dirt and everything on each other, and
That's another
like,
thing too, right? The witch hunt shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because we all have a fucking past. I mean, shit, kidding me? You know what I mean? I got fucking 30 years of bullshit on a record before I got right here. And a lot of shit. It can be construed, taken out of context, whatever. And like, okay, and this is where I get into like there's levels to this shit or whatever. Okay, so if I know somebody's a thief or did some grimy shit or whatever, all right, I'm gonna keep them at a distance. I might not go around throwing dirt on their name. I try not to throw dirt on anybody's name that doesn't deserve it. If I see somebody fucking with them, I might go, hey, I've heard some things about that guy, but like I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't fuck with you because you fuck with them.
Right.
When really it's just over some bullshit. Like it has to be some very deep stuff for me to be like, oh, I ain't fucking with you. Or like I'm doing something. I don't want these people to know my info. They're friends with my baby mama. So I'm not going to hang with them. So this shit don't get back to her. It's just how that's how this fucking culture has become. The circles have split apart and changed so much over the years. It's like, okay, we all come into it, we start doing it, and then this couple breaks up for whatever reason, and half the friends are on his side, half of them on her side. He's going, oh, if you fuck with her, I'll fuck with you. Oh, oh, this one fucked his baby mama, so now oh, fuck them and their whole everything. You know what I mean? And it just happens. The circle gets broke apart, and new circles form. And that's how it can get like very clicky. It is hard to keep a whole culture of people that fuck each other together on the same page with things, because we're all Eskimo brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
just is what it is. I say it all the time. It's a little gross, but if you can't keep it in the pants, keep it in the family, But I'm talking about Juggalo, not like blood. Okay, so I'm still trying to fine tune that, but that's the thing, right? So you're attracted to people in your culture, you have similar interests, you do whatever, So then you make, like you said, you're both juggalos. You make these little people, and now you have to sit out of the event because the event brought you together, and you made these little people, but you can't be bringing these little people to the gathering. It might take a few years before you're comfortable doing it. Like how long has your daughter been asking to go? probably since she was 10 or so, I'm guessing.
About 2 years. I took her to
Right,
Ballers.
you know,
I took her to Ballers. That was her first dry CP show.
yeah, dry CP, right? So yeah, dry
Because I was
CP.
telling her,
What the fuck?
like, babe, I was like, babe, it's so magical watching the Fago flying, confetti coming down, I was like, it's magical. And when that didn't happen, I was like, oh, it
Kind of bothered you.
yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely, it's a little different. They were up on stage going like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do with my hands? You know, they got no dance moves or nothing, you know?
Ball's always been dry. Like, I've been to Ballers multiple times and it's always been dry. So, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't shock me that it was dry because I expected it to be dry. I was just really shocked that it was at the Newport Music Hall. It made
The LC.
because well, it was LC, not Newport Music. I mean, it should have been a Newport Music Hall, but Ballers has always been a small, intimate thing, and now it's big, and I'm like, it's not.
It's big. 2,000 people, 2,200 people, I think they said was there. And you're right. You know, it's different. But like, okay, now here's the difference too of like bringing your child to a concert versus bringing them to a gathering, right? Because that's a very different environment.
Very different.
Concert is a controlled environment for a couple of hours, and yeah, I know. I'm just finding that out. Well, I never went to Ballers before, Chew, so I didn't fucking know. All right.
That and
we still love you.
I've showed my daughter every gathering video that I can find. I was like, mind you, there's going to be people like this and like this, you know. And she's very aware and she's very mature for her age. So I trust that she'll make the right decisions.
Yeah, I don't trust the people that not to try to fuck with her, or the
absolutely right. That's where it comes in.
Sick fucks,
right.
Think it's okay. Like,
no,
I'll put this out there because my friend, she made her post and her shit was very public. Where
I
she
was
talking
just going to
about
bring
she
that
had
up.
a 9-year-old at the Worcester show last night, and then there was this grown ass man who was sticking his dick in people's backs and jabbing and rubbing all over, and nobody wasn't doing anything. I'm like, oh, see, nah. Why would you let you can't?
No,
if you know
that shit ain't gonna. Yeah, if you know that shit's happening, you got to shut that the fuck down. Yeah, absolutely right. Like at least getting loud about it. You know, it don't always got to come down to the physical violence because just that angry mob mentality. So if you start being vocal about it, you'll get a little bit of support behind you. You know.
If that would have happened in Ohio, you know somebody would have somebody would have done something about it.
Not. And it's 50-50 with that. It doesn't matter where you go to because there is some people who will say shit and then there are some people who won't. You know, and as much as I want to say, like, yes, I agree with you, Nip, but at the same time, it's like there's some motherfuckers who say all this shit on Facebook, but they don't do it. They never follow up.
But they won't. Right, exactly.
And that's where it's these new school ass juggalos, bro. What happened to pull up and you pull up with Fago bottles and your whole crew? Like,
I know some old school motherfuckers who act just as dumb as that.
Well, and you know, like you said, you know, saying something like, "Oh, you know, pull up," doing something like that. That's one thing. But saying something in the moment, in the moment, because I'll tell you something that happened that I don't necessarily agree with, and it is what it is. I don't run shit. Okay, but the Jump Hunters put a guy on the list that he had some DVs and some stuff like this or whatever, you know, and I don't know this guy from Joe Donut. I'm not even going to say any names, but I know that this guy's kind of a rough and tumble guy. He's a little rough around the edges and stuff. Now, I know also that, like, you know, everything that this guy stands for is protect the kids, you know, anti-pedo shit, you know, he do the right thing, stand up for yourself and do the right thing, right? So I know that if I'm standing there with a handful of people and some fuck shit starts going down, there might be a few people to say something about it. There might be a few people that are going to turn their head and act like they didn't see nothing, whatever. And then there's going to be this motherfucker that's got a little bit of crazy in him that's going to step up and do something about it. So when somebody's fucking with a kid and people are going to go, "Oh, you shouldn't do that," or "Oh, hey," that, and this motherfucker's already going to have somebody on the ground beating their fucking ass. Now, do we put that guy on a fucking list because he's a little bit crazy? He's not really a threat to our community. He's a threat to our community if you're doing some fuck shit you shouldn't be doing. Then he's a threat to you. But other than that, it's like my man Jonah. Fucking Jonah's crazy as fuck. Is he a threat to the community? Nah, not if you ain't fucking with him.
Look, I don't care. Here the thing is this: when it comes to domestic violence, it has a ready eat for everybody. You know what I mean? You don't know what the situation, how things fucking come up to, or why
right, exactly.
The situation that it is. To me, that's two grown people. They're fighting. They got to figure their shit out. That's on them. I'm not going to sit there.
Sometimes it gets crazy.
I'm not going to penalize a guy for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to be I'm just going to be realistic. I can't penalize for you to you defending yourself or protecting yourself, whatever. Like, it happens. It is what it is. But I am going to be upset when you're out here fucking with kids. Leave the people who have domestic violences alone. I'll sit here and I'll talk about a situation on hand. We're talking about Lunchbox, Gary Duncan. Okay. So I'm friends with that dude. Now, I can sit here and tell you that guy is a big sweetheart to me.
He is a very nice guy. I thought it was a little
I've had multiple conversations with that dude. I mean, I remember it was 23 gathering when I saw him and his girlfriend. His girlfriend was she was so fucked up. Like, she was aggressive to him at the gathering. Like, I saw this girl mollywopping on him. And, I looked at the dude. I was like, look, dude, I love you to death.
How you taking that? Yeah, right.
I need you to walk away from her because this bitch is going to have you catch a case. But, when it comes to love and the whole thing with the heart, because
yes,
we all been there.
Because
like,
right,
I'm
right.
Gonna stay there. I'm gonna do this and that.
Oh, he loves me. He just lost his temper. Right.
So it always happened like that. But with him, the situation is that him and his girl were under the influence. They got into a fight, and the fight resulted into a DV. I can't sit there and get mad at that situation because that's two grown adults, and I'm not going to out him as a woman beater because that would not be fair. Well, then at the same time, I also know there's few people that you're friends with. They beat their girlfriend's ass. Now, the whole situation with that has nothing to do with me because it's he said, she said, and I couldn't sit there and be mad at him. I'm mad at this guy.
I'll tell you, Kiki.
I can't
what a lot of it comes, right. And a lot of what it comes down to is intent. Okay, because I look at it like a pedophile, right? A pedophile intends to hurt kids. He's just waiting for the opportunity. Okay, but was a guy like Lunchbox looking to beat the shit out of his girl and just waiting for the opportunity? No, I don't think so. I don't think the intent was there. So the intent of being because people get caught up in shitty, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not defending. I'm neither, defending nor defending. It's just how I look at a lot of things is, like I said, the intent behind it. A pedophile is looking for that. They're just waiting for that opportunity to do some fucking fuck shit. And the intent is there. With a lot of these DV cases and stuff like that, it's like, were you intending, were you like, oh, I'm just waiting for this bitch to pop off at the mouth so I can fucking, give her a hot one and shit. Like, no, the intent isn't even really there like that. So it's hard to say, oh, this person is a threat to our community when they were put in a position and this is how they reacted and this is what happened.
And everybody acts a little bit differently. Like I said, with DV, I don't really look at fault people for DVs.
Shoot, I'm going to send you.
You're a pedo. You're
right,
a pedo,
absolutely. No forgiveness.
Yeah, no
forgiveness. No coming back. Nope, you're a piece of shit. No. And same thing with like the sexual assaults with like rape, shit like that. And this is another thing where like, people get caught up in shit. I got a friend, he's got to register because he got caught pissing in public. He was all fucking drunk and was pissing in public and had a perk in his pocket and whatever. So like they fucking rolled up on him and he caught all these felony shits and now he's got to register and shit. And like, he's no threat to any kind of a kid or anything like that, but now he's got that hanging over his head.
I have a friend in the same situation.
The same guy.
He was in his bedroom, which his bedroom was in the basement, and he got out of the shower and he was air drying, changing CDs. I guess kids were out front, playing with a ball and a ball rolled in the yard, and a little girl looked at his window.
See, if I was in my
Like,
own home, I might be a little bit like, fuck.
He
you
was
guys.
like,
But then
he was like,
also,
she
it's
shouldn't
like,
have looked. He has to register
You
now, and he was like, she shouldn't have looked in my window where you
Okay,
should
but
have had
you
your
know,
blinds open. He's like, I'm in my house.
yeah, but also if you know there, see, that's a fine line too, because if I know there's kids playing outside, shit like that, I'm just not going to be doing that. But like I said, like I got kids, but I'll tell you what, Chew brings up a real good point here, and I'm going to send him a link and get him on so you guys can argue, because that's content. That's what I call. I'm a content destroyer, not a content creator.
Yeah.
He said it's not just the 13-year-old though. Bringing kids makes some people gathering restrained, which isn't fair as well, because you bringing your kid now also affects me and how I gather, because if I see your kid, I'm gonna hold back from the fuck shit that was going on or doing whatever. And like I said, and it is what it is. It's situational with people. Are you ready to come on, Chew? Because I'm gonna send you a
But
fucking
put
Right.
you on.
Well,
But you know,
and-
he's right about that too, because like I said, I was telling before, when I have my kids, I have enough respect for my children that I will not be fucked up in front of them. So then I will turn around and give my friends or anybody else's kid that same respect. I'm not going to sit there and bust out a big ass line of cocaine in front of a kid, because the kid don't need to see that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like,
Right.
man, like, especially when you're at the gathering, I've seen people that brought all of their shit and they put it right there on the table. And motherfuckers like, all right, here you go, come up, do the things you have to do, and that's it. And that's it.
Right. There is no worry about what else is going on here or what the fuck.
Right.
We're doing this. We're at the gathering. I'm doing these lines right here on the hood of this fucking car. I don't care who's around, because anybody that can see me should, be ready to, look for this, because this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Right,
but
Hey, fucking look, my man, they'd be up.
But
This is the Dr. Swill show.
It is Dr. Phil's show. But also too, with that being stated, if you are freely doing whatever you want to, and a kid happens to walk by and there's security, should you, as a person who don't have kids, this is not your responsibility, should catch a charge or something like that for like child endangerment because
No.
somebody's pets weren't right there.
Right.
No,
Right.
and I agree with Chewy. The gathering should be 18 and up. I've always said that.
You have your pets come right next to you, and everyone's like, "Oh, what's that?" Or you have a cop that's like, "Oh," because I'm not saying that all cops are bad, but you got the dickhead ones that if they really want to find a way to fuck with you, they will find a way to fuck with you. And if they know how to get you on a charge, they know how to do it. I just don't think that's fair.
And
Absolutely.
And I just seen a comment about bringing. I don't hang out with every random juggalo I see. I don't go to every. I only go to my people that I know campsites, and I know what they do, and I know what they do, and I know, and those are the campsites that she's going to be welcoming.
But I can completely understand. Like, we're out in the middle of the path too. Like I said, the scrubs are out there giving beer enemas in a super soaker with a super soaker. All right, let me see. I'm gonna bring this guy on. The scrubs are out there giving beer enemas in a super soaker. All right, you're gonna have to turn your audio down.
I love you, Chewy.
We're gonna need you to fix that audio though.
My kids can handle their drugs, thank you. Damn it, Juggalo man.
And my wife did just bring up a good point though too. We all started gathering at 13, 14 years old too.
Hold on.
I was in my 20s, but
okay. I was like 14, 15.
Am I fucking muted or something?
No, you're good. We can hear you.
Okay, so Nip, me and you are like the same age. So when we started gathering, we were young and dumb. But I also feel like the older juggalos, they were a little bit more respectful, knowing that we were young and dumb. They didn't push us to do things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And at least the people that I was around, they
weren't
me too.
Like that me too.
All. Like
me
Big
too.
Jesse, like Big Jesse, Juice, all of them motherfuckers. They were so respectful. They're just like, here, just come out and have fun and just rage. And that's what I did. I came out and I raged. what I didn't get from them was, here, go ahead and smoke this blunt. Here, do this. They were just
Right.
like, you have fun and be safe.
Hey, let me get 1 second. I want to shout out Dan Columbus Underground. He said, people get mad and crazy when you tell them leave their kids and pets at home, and that's the thing, and they should. But also, before I do any of that spamily, go to Dan Columbus Underground's YouTube page and subscribe to his shit, because I don't know if you know this about DCU, but he puts up hella concert videos, and it was his recording of Dirtbag that I was listening to for a long time before it came out. So go sub his channel and shit. Tell him Swill sent you. All right.
Yeah, I'm glad they released Dirty Dirtbag.
That's Choose Audio, isn't it? It keeps replaying and going, but I don't think he could hear us. He's like, quit.
Just
I don't understand what's going on with my sound here, buddy.
I keep muting you because we could hear ourselves in the feedback.
No, I can't hear you guys.
Oh, you can't hear us.
Okay. So I get it. He can't hear us, so he needs
All right, my bad.
YouTube to follow back with us. I think that's what.
All
it is,
right. Well,
because
let's get my man
problem.
on here. Let me. Oh shit! Wait. Add to stage. Hang on. Let's get my man out here. All right, what do you think about this whole gathering? Everything. Are you unmuted? Are you good? It says
You got him mute. It looks like you do got him muted.
It says you can't unmute a guest that chooses to mute themselves. Okay. And then he was like, yo, I'm out. Fuck you guys.
I'm not trying to start nothing, this and that. But if I know the safe people to take my daughter around.
And I think that's an important thing.
Yes.
You have the safe people to bring your kid around. But if you was to just let them out to the world,
and just wall out hell to the gnaw.
Then that's a different thing.
No,
Like,
and
hell
also
to the gnaw.
if you're consciously keeping an effort on making sure that, like, okay, when some shit is going on, you're gonna remove her from that. You're gonna right. You're gonna hey babe, I see what's going on over here because you're a vet. So you're gonna go, okay, I see what's going on. Let's go over here.
Let's go check out what's at the pirate stage, or hey, let's go see what's at second stage, or you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not gonna let her be around no fuck shit. And like I said, I know the safe people that are my people I've known for 20 plus years. Like, say it was Kiki, I would be like, hey, it's cool if I bring my daughter to your,
Right. And it is, it's not, I'm not saying it's, but you also have to be ready that, like, okay, she might get exposed to some fuckery. And I'll tell you another thing that bothers me, and you brought this up, Kiki. I was going to bring up the actual post of when, what the people were saying or whatever, because that's the thing where it's like, are you intentionally doing this? Okay, so some guy's walking around naked at the gathering with his dick out. Okay, great. You walk around naked. That's your gimmick, is you do it. But now you see a couple of kids over here, 13.
Right, you go the other way.
You go the other way out of common courtesy. You don't go right up walking through them and walking up to their site. No, how you doing? You brought your kid to the gathering and I got my dick out and it is what it is. Like that's not cool. It's disrespectful and it's borderline fucking pervy and weird. What up, RMC?
It is. And if you can sit there and clearly see that there's, as you're walking up, that's some perv shit.
That's some perv shit, right? So then we gotta, because it's a balance here of like, okay, do you start yelling at the naked guy or do you start yelling at the parents? Where do we go here? Okay, your kid shouldn't be here, but also this weird pervy guy, like, well, maybe you shouldn't be here if you're
if it's
walking by the kids when you see that shit.
If it's in one of my people's, campsite and it happens, I'm yelling at the dude, like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I will go with you on that, man. I camp next to the guy that keeps a Crown Royal bag on his junk. I don't know what the fuck his name is.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. He's just got the Crown Royal bag on his junk, but he's not exposing himself at all. Okay. The straight 100% nudity. And I think that's his boy also, I know these guys like, hey, they gather, I'm not downing them for what they do. But
no, they gather.
Where like there's a balance to this, where you have to be mindful of that now. Now, if you want to be the naked guy and you see fucking kids over there, you can't just go walking to them because you're like, oh, I was at the gathering, and like, no, that's still weird. I don't care what the situation is, whether they should be here or not. You shouldn't go up and expose yourself to them or want them to see you like that. That's weird. If you want them to see you like that, that's fucking weird, dude. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here. Get the fuck out of here. You know?
Right.
Yeah, the kids are welcome above all else. If the gathering's got to be fucking PG and people have to start hiding their shit because everybody's bringing their fucking kids, it is what it is because kids come first. And if, you know, the wicked clowns tell you it, right in the whole wicked clowns thing, you know, is you entertain the children because you're a fucking clown, but you get wicked because you do whatever the fuck it takes to keep them safe. It just is what it is, you know, that's, it's how we do it. It breaks it down in the whole fucking, you know, right in it. And, you know, listening to, you know, we've all done the fucking behind the paint shit and know that Jay, you know, comes out and says, you know, some fuck shit that he went through and everybody's been through a bunch of, man, I heard the most fucked up childhood story yesterday or whatever. As my homie called me and started like just venting and stuff and talking stuff. And we got in a super deep conversation, 2 hours long and shit. And I'm like, you know, what it comes down to is we don't want our kids to have the fucked up experiences that we had. No parent does. Any parent that has a kid, they want their kid's life to be better. They don't want to have to be exposed to the shit, you know? So, you know what I mean? So you're going to try to protect them and you're going to try to do what the fuck you can do, you know, to do that. So that's where it comes on the fence of like, all right, you're 13-year-old, you want her to have some experiences and you don't want her to be, you know, oblivious to the world and shit like that, right? But you don't want her to have too much fucked up experiences because you're not trying to mentally scar anybody or send them down a dark path, and, you know?
Right, and that's a fear of mine too, but I believe with her maturity, me and my wife, and like I said, I don't just go to random people's camps. So I think,
but even here, look, Chu brings up a good point here. You know, last year a family with kids posted up next to us by main stage, and it killed the vibe big time. And I can understand that a little bit, you know. And it's not like there's a designated area for shit like that. Now, you know, I'm a vulgar guy also, so I would say if I was around and there was some kids around, I would definitely try to mind my tongue, what I said a little bit, whatever. But also in my party and I'm caught up in the moment, I'm gonna say some shit that I know you don't want them to hear. You know what I mean? That's just gonna happen, you know.
But you let your kids listen to the clowns. You let your kids listen to it's shit they probably heard before.
Oh yeah. A lot of it's
you bring your
shit
kids
they heard
to the gathering.
before.
You don't want them to hear this and that. Motherfucker, your kids listen to the clowns. They listen to Clockwork E. They listen.
Yep.
But it's all about respect, though. It's all about respect, though. Some people are trying to respect other people's, you know, their family and what they do. And I can't get mad at that. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing with Chewy, the whole thing with the family. Like it kills the vibe because Chewy and the people that he's with, they are respectable people. So of course, that will kill a whole fucking vibe. It will kill my vibe.
And I respect that, but but like I said, I live an hour away, so I'm going home every night. It's not like we're going to be.
Well, not everybody's going home every night. You know what I mean?
I know that. I
live 2 hours south from you. You know what I mean? If I had it the way that I could go home every night, motherfucker, I'd be home every night. But I'm not going to be driving even then 4 hours in a day just to
right. But like I said, I'm
even though when main stage is going right and you and your buddies are there and you're fucking cranking on a fucking 10-pounder, you know, and you're just fucking ripping them out. And then you look over and you see some fucking kids, you're going to be like, you know, or the kids going, you know, you hear when the kids go, Daddy, I want a balloon, you know, and you're like, well, you know, I could see definitely
that's not the balloon
that would kill somebody's vibe of shit or whatever. And not that, don't think we're piling up on you here, Nips, because we're
no, you're not. But my daughter, I've let her know about things. Like I've let her watch like fucked up movies like Kids and shit like that. Like this is what could happen to you. Huh?
But
I'm letting her know like
parenting though.
Huh?
But that's your parenting though. You know what I mean?
But the way I see it is I've been through this.
Their kids to that so early. You know what I mean? And also there's a big difference between an 8-year-old to a fucking 13, 14-year-old.
But I was doing that shit when I was 13. This is what could be the outcome. and it's
Hey,
not good.
And
I
I'm not
want you
gonna.
to be aware of that now.
My sister has
Then
definitely kicked kids out of our campsite before. Like people come up and she's been like, "Get the fuck out of here! We ain't doing that PG shit right now. Get the fuck off my
well,
lawn!"
well,
That's respect.
and that's respect. That's your campsite.
Hey,
Yeah.
and and this is another thing. Here
And
we go, Evan. Fucking peanut. Are you peanut or pistachio? Which one are you? The cool one or the crazy one? Whatever. It's why is there a family camping for ninjas with offspring? And not that would do much for like the concert vibe and the this and that, but that's not a bad idea to have
no,
a
it's not.
family friendly area. Somebody should talk to Jeff Steady about that and see if that's
And
something we,
oh, speaking of talking to Jump Steady, I have an idea I think would be good for the gathering. I think they should do a Whose Line Is It Anyway and have the Juggalos act out the things.
Charades.
That's not a bad
motherfucker.
idea. Like a
Charades.
charade or like an improv comedy.
Right,
show.
right,
Improv,
right.
yes.
Have Ouija Mac host it and write out like 3 scenarios.
Like 5 juggalos get
Yeah.
lost.
Like
I
5
think that-
Juggalos.
We can do that ourselves. We don't.
5
need them.
Juggalos get lost on the way to the gathering in a Amish country. How do you get back on the highway? Like
No. 03, 04, 05, when it was at Nelson's, I went home every night. I never camped at Nelson's for the gathering.
Nelson
From
Legends
06
was-
on. Yeah, 06
Nelson
on, I
Legends
stayed
was
there.
so beautiful, bro. Nelson Legends was so beautiful, bro.
Now, I remember the first couple of years where, and of course, those were my first gatherings, so everything was very foreign to me, I guess. I had been out to Nelson's Ledges before. I knew a little bit about the scene out there, but I didn't really know what it was going to be like, for a gathering out there. And the first couple years, it was kind of quiet and reserved, it seemed like, from what I knew, But then 05, it was a fucking madhouse. Like the attendance, I don't know what the numbers are. If somebody wants to look those up, they can, because Jimmy Bubbles don't want to fuck with me because it's fucking Sunday. And he's like, fuck you, dude. You make me do this shit twice a week. But I'm sure the numbers in attendance grew exponentially from 04 to 05, because I remember showing up in 05 like, holy fucking shit, there is so many people here.
Yeah.
So many people here.
I have a couple.
It does grow every year.
I have a couple.
Well, there's been years where it's been low attendance. Let me tell you what, there's, last year, I'm not sure exactly what the numbers were. I want to say it was 5,500 in ticket sales or something like that, or 48 something. But I could just tell in the way people were camped. There's years when it's packed, people are camped on top of each other. There's not room. You're fighting your neighbors for space to set up your tent or your canopy or your something, Hey, fucking thank you. Thank you for coming and showing us love, Chew. Make all your friends sub to my shit or I'm going to freak the fuck out and stop doing it. If you got a girlfriend, make her scribe. If you got a sister, make her scribe. Make sure grandma subscribe. Get everybody fucking subbed up to my shit.
Everybody fucking subscribe.
That's right. It's just keep your kids home. It's a total moving drugs and BJ competitions.
I mean,
I'm out. I love you guys. Thank you for leaving. Thank you for leaving us.
Right. And I do get it. I do get it, and I do agree. But like I said, as long as there's 4 sets of eyes on her, we're not going to be there all fucking day. We're not going to be there. She's not going out of my sight. So I don't.
It's about being responsible and recognizing, like, okay, right. Because you're not going to go.
It's not like
the blowjob competition's going on Merch Road. Let's take the kid to go check that out. Right? You're not going to do that. And when you say
no,
I am Chewy. I am going on OnlyFans. And
hey, let's go get. Hey, Dartle, let's go get something to eat. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Let's get out of here. Let's go distract from this and get the fuck out of here. And look at my fucking Juggalo mats at 05 as well. Yeah, good fucking.
But
years
no, I got
there,
a couple. I got a couple stories from Nelson Ledges. I was chilling with my homies across from Club Chaos, and Jamie's sitting out there on a golf cart, and a dude walks up and throws Skittles on him. It was like, "Taste the rainbow, you." I'm gonna say the way you faggot. And he fucking gets up and he's like, "What, motherfucker?" Like, oh my God, dude, that shit still plays in my head.
Yeah, it's one of those things where when you're first new there and everything's really exciting to you and
And seeing them roll by like these dudes I've looked up to, and they're rolling by like, oh, bro.
That's all three. Yeah.
And
we outgrew it. Exactly. The camping sold out in seconds. And then, like I said, especially 04 to 05, I just remember 05 being so swamped with people and everything being so chaotic and unorganized and trash being everywhere from the year before. Like I said, I went the year before. Now I went home every night. I didn't camp at the Nelsons once. I slept in the car one night. But I'm like, I just remember all those people and being like, oh man, this is way more people than there was last year.
Yeah. Yeah. It got ridiculous there. You're muted.
Swill, we can't hear you.
You're muted.
Can't hear you.
I muted myself. God damn it.
Okay.
I was talking about my man Wicked Widgets over here fucking popped in this shit. Wicked Widget Productions. He's been releasing some gathering documentary shits, and he's got a good eye for the video stuff, man. If you want, I will look at my man. He's spamily. Trying to smash that like button. It's free. Well, you know what? I spam his shit out too.
My question is, if he's doing a gathering documentary, are you showing all of the good and the bad, or are you just showing just the good?
Well, probably just the good, right? Like, you don't want to show is that what you want? Hang on a second. I'm thinking Kiki's onto something. The dark side.
And the bad, because
the dark side of the gathering.
Because at the end of the day, we're still going to go. We're still going to have fun, and we're still going to do what we're going to do. But we cannot sit there and sugarcoat the other shit that happens.
Right, exactly. And that's why I like the Jeff Hunters, the pedo shit, the talking shit, that I don't want to turn a blind eye to shit that's going on. Like, okay, we can't sit here and just talk about all the negative things all the time and fuck this and fucking. I'm not here to bash the community. I'm here to try to make it a better place. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it a place worth being a part of, an environment that I'm comfortable going in and comfortable if I choose to bring my kids. If I, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, I want it to. Yeah, I want everybody to be okay. I don't have to worry about getting sucker punched or shit popping off. Like we don't do it like that.
But right, like if you do show the bad stuff that does happen, then we as a whole can actually fix the problems that we have going on. Because for whatever reason, everyone has this delusion that things don't happen, and then when I call it out, oh, Kiki's just the asshole. And she's just making up shit because she's hating. And it's like, no, I am seeing this stuff because I am walking on the grounds. I am communicating to people.
I'm in the trenches. Yeah, I'm in the trenches.
You guys are too fucking afraid to do something. So you have to talk to the one motherfucker who has the balls to actually act on it.
Because it's very clicky. It's almost like you have to, you see somebody and you're like, okay, I want to go talk to them. That's their camp representative. I know if I go talk to him, it's going to get back to these people. And I want them to know that we're talking about this. You know what I'm saying? And right, like I said, I'm down with the camp names and shit for everybody. A lot of people's like, oh, that's Juff stuff and that's clout chasey. And hey, you know what? We deserve clout. We deserve to have some fucking clout in this community. Nip, you don't put in some fucking time. And you got clout. You don't even know it. See, that's the thing about it is people say, oh, clout chasers, but you either get it or you don't. You can chase it all you want.
And honestly,
you either get it or you don't.
I could care less about clout. I am who I am. I know who I am. I know what I stand for. And
absolutely. But you also know that
don't like me.
Right.
Comment what you want.
You've been doing it a long time.
Care.
And if you start telling all of your friends, fuck Blunt Man, which I mean everybody says that anyway, right? But then people are going to start being like, oh yeah, well fuck Blunt Man, But fuck Blunt Man.
My thing,
back,
my thing is, I don't want my name in other people's mouths, so I don't put their names in my mouth. And
that's also a big thing.
Or if I hear it, I shut it down. Like,
What I'm saying is this: if you
We
have
ain't
the balls
talking
to
about
say
them.
something, you should have the hands to back it up. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Right, like I ain't here to hear about that
Say something,
person.
stand on it 10
But then
toes
also,
down.
it's like this. If I say, okay, somebody did some shady shit, and then I'm saying like, oh, they did this shady shit. Well, now what? I got to worry about fucking fighting somebody because I was just saying like what you did. That's what you
Right,
did.
right.
Shady
I was
shit.
being real. Why are you
Fight
getting?
because you did this fuck shit, and now I'm telling my friends about it, and you're like, oh, I want to fight you because you said this fuck shit. It's like, well, you did
Right.
that. So what
Right.
is there to fight?
Like-
You fight because well, keep my name out your mouth. It's like, well, stop doing fuck shit to people, and people won't
Right.
talk about you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's even because I don't do fuck shit. I sit in my house with my kids and my wife and play video games. That's what I do.
Yes. So anyway, you know what? And like I said, and that's the gathering shit. But like we're talking about the concerts and stuff, and I don't know if I don't know how I can fucking pull shit up. Let me see if I can just put it up here. Right, this was the post, and I took her name out of it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
About
Right.
that.
That was the post. All right. It looked all blurry and shitty. So I'm just gonna fucking let me give this thing a fucking wipe. And it says GameCon has always been the event to bring your kids to, right? So they're saying if there is an event, a Juggalo event that you want to break your kids in at or something that's a little more Juggalo, kid friendly, it's the DCG Con. Okay, I can see that, it says y'all are disgusting. You couldn't let a 9-year-old girl enjoy Whitney Payton. You pieces of shit were worried she was going to have your spot for Ouija. She was going upstairs as soon as Whitney was over. It's ridiculous that a male of any age would treat a girl like that is disgusting. Okay, now, I don't really know what happened, but it also says to the motherfucker who thought it was okay to go in the crowd sticking his dick in girls' butts.
What?
To top it off, they screamed in your face they were minors. We will find you. You can only hide behind the face paint so long. Now, I will say this. Now, the Juggalos are a pervy crowd. Okay, they're deviants of sorts from normal society shit and whatever. Okay, now I don't condone any kind of. Our sense of humor is a little whatever. Okay, so if I'm trying to flirt with a chick, I might walk up and pinch her on her butt and wink at her and walk by and shit, right?
Right,
but
right.
Like, even these days, that's like way frowned upon. Any kind of unwanted physical contact, whether it's with a hand, whether it's with your finger, whether you're slapping somebody, however the fuck it is. Fucking look at Wicked Widget fucking shooting the people's out. My guys. The thing is that's right. It's maintain your own lane is half of it. People don't want you to put their hands on it. This shit just came out with dude from Super Famous.
Yeah.
Where you know what I'm saying? Okay, you're up on that shit or whatever, right? Now, now you don't get it with a lot of dudes. Me and Kiki had discussed this before about how you don't get this with a lot of guys. A lot of guys. They don't,
Right. And I give it up to Whipstick, bro. He's got balls to come out and say that as a male artist, dude. Like other male artists. I know he's not the only one that's happened to. All the other male artists that shit's happened to need to come out and fucking say shit.
Well, and like you said, making it public and let people know, like, okay, is this a thing where it's like, oh, that person is a threat to the community? Well, like, no, but don't play like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to say she's a threat to the community. It's just, it used to be okay to say some words that it's not okay to say now. And it's,
but I know
it's the same thing. They used to do some things that it's not okay to do now. It's not okay to walk up and slap asses and twist dicks and whatever else they're doing.
Right. But I know a little bit into that story too. That's not the first time that's happened with that woman.
Right.
So,
and
yes, that is.
If there's somebody in the crowd, that is, because it's tight quarters there, right? It's tight. There's people packed in there. Now, I've been in a crowd where there's a younger kid or something in there, and we make room. We make sure they're safe. Now, okay, kids shouldn't be by the pit, but if they are, we're going to make sure that they're safe. We're not going to bully them out of there, and we're not going to be forceful in our ways. We're going to make sure that they're safe. That's what we're here to do, first and foremost.
I tell you what I've done before, dude. I was at the gathering one there, and there was like 3 or 4 teenagers trying to pit, and I like 8 people around me. We made a circle and let them kids get in there and do their thing in the pit. That's something, Jugs, we should do.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they're there to experience the show too.
But if they're doing some fucking rubbing your dick on
wiener
people
touching,
and doing some
that's
super
bullshit.
weird shit. No, we don't want
But-
you there. We should find out who the fuck that is. How do we find out who the fuck that is? I didn't even
That
see.
guy?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go back and look because we'll have to find out who had their kid there. It was somebody. It was obviously somebody that's a respectable juggalo. In order for you to say something about it, Kiki, right? That was one of your friends. We ain't got to put no names on it, but a respectable juggalo is what I'm saying. Somebody that they felt comfortable enough with the family and that they knew enough people that they could bring their kid to an event like that and she would be safe. Or was a kid? It was a girl.
Yes.
It was a girl.
It was
It was
a
a girl. Right. And they're like, okay, we feel comfortable enough bringing, we know the juggalos aren't wilding out like that, doing whatever. So, for juggalos, because like I said, everybody gets drunk and everybody gets whatever. So like, you got to remember, like you are at a bar, you're at a bar when you're bringing your child to a concert. Like it's one thing to say, okay, we're going to go to the game convention. That's during the day. Even if they're serving alcohol, it's not like a whole bar environment, shit like
Gear
that.
them
We bring
over
your kids
here.
to the concert, yeah.
Gear them this way.
Fucking John Doe Juggalo. I don't know if any of you guys fuck with like movies, like collectibles, DVDs, VHS. I don't think he does VHSs, but like DVDs, shit like that. Are you subscribed to John Doe Juggalo? I fuck with John Doe Juggalo. He's always doing like little shit. He finds these little pickups at the exchange and obscure movies and stuff like that. So he does a little podcast where he talks about his movie collection and a lot of the things he finds. And it's like real chill shit. And he's got like a good head on his shoulders and shit. So I fucks with Jeff Doe Juggalo. John Doe Juggalo. Yeah, whatever, whoever you are. So go sub up his channel and shit because it's all right.
Because
I got a couple
stuff too, so I'll go check them out.
Speaking of collectibles, I got a couple things I want to show you, Kiki. You'll be like, "Oh my god, motherfucker!" Well, hang on.
Boom. Oh wait, we give him the hang on. We Wait, okay, I'll add them back. You do you collect VHSs and shit like that too? All that.
Yeah, I mean, I still have my original VHSs, so. I mean,
that's a pain in the ass to collection. Yeah, it's not like the digital catalog. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the digital catalog. So much easier to get around. Yeah, no, you're talking heavy, pain in the ass.
I have a collection of the original Disney videos from the 90s.
You got the Little Mermaid with the boner on it and stuff.
Yeah,
I got the Black Diamond collection and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
you're like,
oh, it's a $10,000 VHS.
No, all right, here's one of them for you, Kiki.
Oh shit! Hang on, let me get Nip up there. What do you got for us, Nips?
Damn, Static X, baby.
All right.
What about this one?
Is it Static X or is it Static 10? I thought it was Static 10.
It's Static X.
It's Static X. Oh, okay.
Fucking Chad Gray. That's what's up.
Oh, that's Mudbloods, right? That's got Mudblood.
I got that for. But check this one out. It's got Vinnie Paul on it.
I can do that about everything. I can.
Oh hell yeah! The hell yeah! Original set.
Hell no.
With Vinnie Paul right there, real big.
Vinnie Paul. Hang on. Speak on the history of that. What is that about?
The Hell Yeah was what would you call them? Like a put together band?
Yeah, it was a put together band. So basically, when Mudvayne broke up, Chad Gray, he went and he did his own little project. So he made Hell Yeah. So Hell Yeah. Vinnie Paul is on the drums. God, I forgot.
Where's he from? Vinnie Paul. He's from
Pantera.
He's from Pantera. Okay, yeah, I've heard that name before. Yeah.
I love Hell Yeah. Hell yeah, it was fucking good.
Dude, Chad Gray's voice, just his scream.
Right here.
Bro, That at the gathering,
Mudvayne's so
dude.
good though.
Just
Chad's
Mudvayne
face
at
paint
the
is more
gathering.
Juggalo than other juggalos.
Right. You know,
And
you know what, and it's good, like the collectible shit, and like I said, like John Doe Juggalo, he's he don't really have like he's showing autograph shit, but it's so cool to see. I almost want to start doing a Juggalo fucking lifestyles of the not so fucking infamous and cloudy, and let people go, show around their collection and stuff like that, because like that's
show and
interesting shit
tell.
to me. It's like show and tell type
Show
shit.
and tell,
you got
bro.
some shit you want to, yes, and go in, break down the shit, talk about it. Oh, this is from this year. This is from this. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like a lot of that people are interested in, because there's a lot of shit out there. I got shit from fucking 20 years of gatherings. I've been to 21 of them motherfuckers.
Oh,
you know what
bro.
I mean? I got shoe boxes full of bullshit trinkets and this and that and shit thrown together. Some bags. Remember, they used to give you the bag of the shit, and like at the end, you'd throw all your dumb shit in the bag, and you'd have fucking broken balloons and.
Shit. I used to like.
Me
I used
too.
to be
A beer
be like, oh
koozie from 2013. Right?
Yeah. I have some of that shit, like original, like freak show flyers, and just oh man.
Yeah. You want to see something collectible? Hold on.
Oh shit! Now they're going boom, 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 boom. He's like, I got you, motherfuckers. You want to see something collectible? Boom! Show and tell time, Kiki. What do you got for us?
The original.
Oh shit!
Whoa! Whoa! That looks like it's got some wear on it.
It does got wear on it. Like this is old. Like,
but that's the thing. Like these new school cats.
EDM shit.
These new school cats don't know about all that side shit like that, like the cognitos and.
This is from April of 2002. The original Ozzy article.
That's cool.
Because I used to fucking watch the Osbournes. Like, who didn't
Me
watch
too.
the fucking Osbournes and was laughing at that shit? Like, fuck Sharon. Ozzy was funny.
All right, I'm coming back.
I had the biggest crush on Kelly, bro.
I'm coming back. Hey, how'd I do it? Wait, I do this one. I gotta figure this shit out. I don't know all this with everything.
My homie was like, my homie, me and my homie was.
This is my
Kelly,
Juggalo show and tell. This was some shit.
I got a lot of old shit, man. Like lots of old shit.
It looks cool because I got the green screen going.
Nice.
Right.
Oh,
and this was like some hand painted shit that somebody made at the gathering. That they was walking around and selling. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, let me have that, because I love that shit. And then I throw all the trinkets and shit in it.
Yeah.
This was a pickup I had gotten. I thought these were cool. People making the little bracelets and shit.
This was my ground score from this year. That was my ground score from this year.
Hang on, I'm gonna blow you up here. Wait, what's that one? Stoners Art Creations. Stoners. Okay.
Yeah, it was my little ground score I found walking around the gathering this year.
Well, because that's another thing too, or whatever. Because I've had issues with fucking people about this shit or whatever. Okay, ground scores, right? Like, just because something is on the ground does not mean it's a ground score. It's like people coming up and walking away with a case of beer because it was on the ground. That was at my campsite. That's not a ground score. That's my fucking beer, you assholes. So
no, but something like that was on the ground, stepped on, squished. That's a ground score to me.
Right, that's a ground score. Exactly. If something is left abandoned, it's in the middle of the fucking path, nobody's claiming it. I found a fucking jersey at the gathering before at Cave and Rock. It was hanging up. It was hanging up on a railing over by the fucking merch thing. And I looked around and it was just hanging there, and I fucking grabbed the jerseys. I'm like, yo, is anybody's jersey? And fucking no, everybody, no. And then, of course, a couple people were like, yeah, it's mine. And then like, yeah, fuck you, it is, of course. So I'm like, hey, if nobody's going to claim it, it's just fucking sitting here. Well, I'm not going to leave it for somebody else to get it. I'll grab it, and then I know that like, I got to pay one forward in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things. Look, I just found some stupid concert tickets in here from Twisted. This was like 2016. That's not even that long ago.
The Agora. Oh, the Agora.
Oh my God.
The Agora.
I love the Agora.
The Agora is cool, but it's not Peabody's. Peabody's I got retarded at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
It's a different vibe.
Like
that
was the one thing.
I think every Juggalo got retarded in Peabody's.
Not every Juggalo, because if
Us old school.
A lot of people, yes.
It's one of those like how in the New England everybody wants to talk about the Palladium and how that place just goes hard. And I'm not saying that it doesn't, but like I felt like Peabody's was one of that places between Peabody's and the Alrosa. I felt like those are two places. Like both places are gone, which sucks ass. But
It does.
like
Right.
both of those
Alrosa
places,
was the spot in Cleveland, right? Look at it.
Yeah, and
No.
then Juggalos for Jesus. Okay.
All right.
But-
Jesus saved Juggalos. We can get into that too. That's a whole
feel
topic
like those
too.
places they held
Yeah.
a certain type of energy, and that nobody could ever capture that energy of that place because it was just insane. It was insane.
What, the Alrosa?
I left a mirror at her table. Oh man, I missed it. Oh shit, we only need.
But even
wait.
Kiki, but even Bogarts, man, Bogarts was the shit too.
Well, you know what? Bogarts don't do Juggalo shit anymore.
Yeah, I know.
And that's how it is with the Agora. They don't do ICP. They remodeled a bunch of shit in there, put like $1 million into renovating it, so it's all nice now. So they're like, no fucking way, we're letting you come in here and spill all this pop. You know? How about
right?
My man said I drank 2016 beers once. Bogarts was saying, now where's Bogarts at?
It's in
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Okay, that's in
it's in
Cincy. I'm not sure if I've ever been there.
So as my old man was saying, okay, so let me take that back. Bogarts they only do Twisted and Tech. They will not do the clowns anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because the clowns are a liability. That's what they feel.
Yes.
The clowns are a liability.
They're making a mess. Like they might be able to host ballers there because it's dry CP, but they don't want to have to fucking deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want, I was talking about this just the other day about how when they would do the Hollow Wicked at the State Theater, I want to say it was, or the Fox, one of them, and I just remember,
You
it
mean
was like
the
a
Fillmore?
real. The Fillmore, is that what it is? The Fillmore?
Yeah, it was right. I mean, the Fox Theater was like
they're all right kind of there. Right.
Yeah.
I remember leaving though, and being all fucked up or whatever. But I remember leaving, and there's 8 Stanley steamer vans lined up on the side of the fucking thing. And these guys are going in like fucking firemen to go in there and fucking hose out and clean out the shit like immediately after the show, you know?
Yeah. Yes,
like
you
we're
have to.
right. They got 8 fucking vans out there. They're lined up in hazmat suits and shit, and they're going in there to clean that shit.
Yeah, but
I like the Fillmore. The Fillmore is. I mean, if you ever been in, I mean, you've been in a Fillmore, but if anybody else has never been in a Fillmore, it's a very, very, very nice fucking venue.
It's a beautiful building.
Beautiful fucking venue. How the fuck the clowns was able to get that venue for that long? I have no idea.
You ain't wrong there. You know, I do want to say
more than the Sonic Temple. I like that place more than Masonic Temple.
Yeah.
And
Philly
I like
shows
it a lot
were lit
more
until
than
the Electric Factory got renamed and stopped doing jug shows. I did do I went to the Electric Factory for a show to see what did I go there for? Something. I went there for something. It's got the upstairs, it's got the little thing that goes around up at the top and stuff, right?
Yeah.
The Electric Factory. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there for a show before. The Electric Factory was fucking pretty cool. And I'll tell you one thing I liked about going to the show there is I remember coming out and there was a couple of guys out there, you could tell they weren't juggalos, but they were selling T-shirts. I want to say maybe it was a Twisted show for something. This had to be about 2015 or so, 16 maybe. And it was they were selling T-shirts for $10. And they were just little bootleg, toilet paper T-shirts, the cheapest material you could get, this and that. But I remember coming out and being like, well, you know, fuck, I didn't buy a fucking concert shirt because they were, you know, $25 or whatever. And I was like, oh, fuck them. But I see this guy with $10 shirts and I'm like, you know what? You cut me a deal, you know, give me 6 of them for 50. Dude's like, fuck yeah, I got you. You know, I'm fucking, well, now I'm buying everybody a shirt, you know? So like, I respect the hustle of the bootleg shirt people that are willing to take the chance and make these shirts and come out there and sell them. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck, they don't do shit like this around Cleveland. You know, that was some Philly shit. And I was like, all right, I can appreciate that.
Philly
This
be
hat I
wild.
got it. This hat right here I got at the fucking gathering.
Yeah, it was.
Some dude had
It was before the breakup.
2 for 15 hats or something. And
Oh, that's
I
a good
respect
deal,
the
right?
hustle.
Yeah.
So I mean, it don't look bad. It's not falling apart. I mean, it's
Right. And all you can do is ask for a little bit of, you know, like you said, you want it to just hold together for a minute. You know, it's not.
right.
It's not going to be top of the line. I know what that is. You know, yeah.
It's been pretty much an everyday wear since the gathering. So I mean, for $15, I ain't that like I've always bought that shit, like the bootleg shirts outside and stuff.
I mean, I think I like bootleg shit. I ain't gonna lie, because sometimes the bootleg shit has better quality than the shit that is actually being like sold. Sold.
Facts.
I mean, and I hate to say it, like even like there's some stuff that Psychopathic has that I used to be like, oh my god, because the quality was great, and then they just got like shitty in quality. I'm like, man, I ain't spending this money for that anymore. Fuck that shit.
Right. They start getting a little greedy and saying like, oh, okay, we can. We could get more money out of this if we lower the quality out of it, you know?
And then they start using them real thin, like polyester, plastic ass feeling shirts. It's not like a cotton shirt.
Where are you performing at tonight there, Joe Rodriguez? Sorry to cut you off, Nips, but I just see my man saying get ready to perform tonight. Like, yeah, where you performing at, man? Tell us some shit. Send me a flyer. I'll put it up. We'll talk shit about it.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait for Monday, bro.
You look like Susan Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black. Okay, I might have to look that one up.
Yeah. Crazy. You know, I've always been told that I look like Crazy Eyes. Like I've always been like her twin and shit. And I'm like, man,
she was my favorite.
I'm Medea. Like, if you would not be surprised if you see a Medea lookalike at the gathering, swear to God, if I be me with my 9, I'm gonna be walking around and be like, how you doing? People be like, what the fuck? I'd be like, yeah, I'm just ridiculous these days.
Should get my baby mama to do fucking Resbucia.
Which one?
My baby mama. I only got one.
Nicole. Okay. Have Nicole come out. I miss her.
She ain't coming. Fuck that bitch, dude. I don't want to get in that. I don't like people. I'll like
hang on a second.
But
I didn't fucking realize this was today. And you're performing. I want to fucking go to this.
Where's that at?
God damn me. This is at the Mercury Lounge in Lakewood, Ohio.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
that venue that Zach went to in Lakewood, the Halloween.
Yeah, the Foundry.
Yeah, that's a good venue. That's a nice little, I like little venues like that.
They just moved. They were there for years. They just moved, and I believe their opening shit is like in a couple weeks here or whatever. They're reopening. They moved to Old Brooklyn.
But that was a good little venue. I like small. I like seeing. Just like I don't know if Kiki remembers Jay Villain's wedding, but Ouija Mac played a fucking VFW on the south end of Columbus.
Did he really?
Yeah, I got pictures.
Foundry for real.
Okay.
I got pictures I can send to you and video.
Okay.
I thought, you know what? Because when I seen the original, and it's a free show. Oh shit! Because actually, what I thought when I seen the flyer that it said it was at the new Foundry. But they ain't ready yet, is what I'm getting at. So, you know,
We
I'm
ain't
getting
going
out of that,
nowhere.
whatever. Fucking hell yeah.
We got all kinds of snow here. Fuck that. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we got shit on. We got shit on also. You know, you were talking about like the hats and shit. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one, this guy at all.
Nah, who made
You
that?
ever seen these ones? This is Scary Larry, Larry's
Is
Hat
that the-
Huts.
Is that
That's
the
the
buy
shitty-
my shitty hats?
These are the shitty hats. These are said shitty hats. Yes.
Okay,
And-
okay. Yeah,
and
because
I'll
I
tell you
heard
this one's printed. This one, they're both printed on there, whatever, you know. They're snapbacks, and they're really not that shitty.
right. Well, that was
Really
his whole
not.
thing. That was his whole thing. Buy my shitty hats. That's
Yeah, they're not
But-
that shitty.
they're,
You know, so
that's
fuck
what I
him for
heard.
that.
That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
fuck
I got
him
a
for
buddy
that.
that got a green one. And he's
Right.
and it still
I
holds
do.
up.
Yeah, I get a couple a year, you know,
Quality.
1 or 2 a year from him just because he cuts deals. He's a jug.
Right. And I want to
You know what I'm
support
saying?
Jugs, bro.
And I want to support Jugs also. That's how I do it. Is when you know what, I haven't bought shit from the fucking from the merch booth in a few years because I want to buy the shit from Juggalos that they handmade it and that you know, or people like Wicked Dreams where they're trying to, you know, yeah, they're investing and they're on merch road. They got stuff, you know, but they're hoping to sell their shit. You know, they're living their dream making this Juggalo shit.
Right.
And they need
Right,
gas
just-
money to get home. You know, fucking
Right,
Violent J's getting home no matter what.
Right. And just like I told Will Gates when I bought one of his records at the gathering, I'd rather buy music from a jug than drugs. I'd rather buy
Okay,
something.
well,
that
I
you
won't
can
agree
do
with
art-
you on that, but whatever.
But that's just me, though. That's
You know, this the thing
Yeah.
too is like it's hard to sell your physical copies of shit, but you do. You know, there's sometimes where like you just want to show support. And I'll give you an
Right.
example. Like I pulled up the flyer here for his thing, right? And it's the other horror guy. I don't know if you guys know the other horror guy. You know the other horror guy? Everybody knows Mike Horror, right?
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Or
okay, everybody knows Mike Horror. But what about the other horror? No, nobody knows the other
I
horror.
know there's another one, but I can't think of the name.
Yeah, he's this guy walks around with
The mega horror.
well, yeah, no, that's what. How do you send me a picture? Send it on my Facebook, Swill Bilson. Send it to me on the FB Messenger. But so it's the other horror guy, and you know he's just a little guy with he walks around with his little wiener dog at the gathering. He's been to fucking a million gatherings. He got his little wiener dog, baby girl, and he's a very
I know
nice
what you're talking
guy.
about.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he got real nice hair and shit. He's kind of a shorter guy, real nice hair. Very nice guy. But I bought one of his shirts off of him one year.
Sorry, guys.
It's all
Don't be
good.
sorry, Nip. Don't be sorry. We'll just mute you. But I bought one of his shirts because I was like, you know, here's a guy. He's out here. He's doing it. Scene Loke. Thank you. That is what his name is. Scene Loke. That's what his name is. He's the other horror guy. You know. But I got a shirt from him because I was like, you know what, this guy's out here doing it. I don't really know him, but I see him at the gathering all the time, and he's here and he's doing it. So I'm gonna show some support. And you know, he set up all his merch, and of course, you know, he's not a real big name. There wasn't a bunch of people knocking down his merch booth to get to his shit. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna support this guy. I'm gonna buy a t-shirt from him, just so that, you know, maybe it's the only one he fucking sold the whole weekend. But you know what, at least he knows, like, hey, somebody's trying to support a little bit. You know, he's a down ass jug, and his set wasn't half bad. You know, it's hard to get a push in this community doing jug rap and doing shit like that because you know, there's been so many years of the bad stigma of the Juggalo rapper, and it's all trash and it's all garbage, and it hasn't been till recently where like Clockwork E is turning that around, that image around for people, where they're like, oh, we can make this Juggalo rap that is good enough quality music to be accepted by the Juggalos. Because that's what it comes down to too, is like, how what does it sound like? Does it sound good? You know what I'm saying? Like,
So here's my
regardless
problem with the Juggalo rapper. Okay, and I
hot
and I
take
will
time.
say, and I will state this from somebody that if anybody that knows me knows that one of my baby daddies is a Juggalo rapper. Well, was because he don't do this shit anymore. And I used to sell his tickets. I used to manage them and everything. So I used to sit for hours through a bunch of, local, and I'll put this in quotations because when I say local, they were all over the place. There's some from Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincy,
Yes.
Kentucky, all those other
Yep.
places. And I get it. They're trying to get their music out there. But a lot of them were sounding so much alike that there was like no originality to them. Now,
yes, or the production value not there either,
Yes.
because
and it was
that's the thing. It's like if it sounds like you recorded on a toaster, I don't want to hear it. I don't care how fucking good you think it is. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen to it, but it's not going to be in the regular rotation, right?
Absolutely. And that was one of the things that, what I just didn't care for was like, why are you guys not original? Why ain't you guys doing like you got to be something different? Like, okay, I'll use this for example. It's the funniest one. Nip, you might remember this show. It was Boondocks. He went on tour, and this is like Boondocks straight off of Psychopathic, and he was doing his whole thing, and he had cousin Cletus with him. And I remember this one guy who had he basically stole Boondocks' gimmick. So he was doing the country,
He was turncoat clean.
rapper.
Yeah.
And then he also had the Boondocks face paint on too. And it was like, man, listen, I understand it's a Boondocks show, but you could be a little bit different, dog. Like
right. It's and there we go back to the Juggalo pander thing, right? Because we don't like being catered to and whatever. When you say like, oh, culture vultures coming in and doing our shit, and like, well, you either come in and you're accepted or you're not, or people talk about you or they don't, but to try to come in and force yourself in the community and say, oh, you guys like me and I'm whooping for you and I'm doing whatever. It doesn't work like that for us. We ain't trying to hear all that. I'll unmute you, Nip, if you shut them fucking dogs up. My bad.
We did. I put him outside. I'm sorry.
All right, it's cold. We can't keep them out there too long. No, it's just right. It's
that guy, Kiki. That guy's name was Backwoods. I remember that dude. He was a skinny dude. And he was throwing cans of Fago.
Backwoods. He almost stole his name too. Backwoods. That's real close to Boondocks. You know what I'm saying, right? Hey, and also I don't know because AP brings up here this. EC, we didn't see you in the Do It for the Underground chat yesterday. Did you catch any of that, Big Nips?
No, I was busy yesterday.
Well, they put up a video. SON put up a video over there on Do It for the Underground. It's a Christmas special, and even though it's 6 weeks late, it is totally fucking worth it. Let me tell you what. I don't know. Was it an hour long? It was it's at least a half hour long. It might have been longer than that. I don't know. I was sitting there for a while. But it was one of them things where like I was entertained the whole time. It moved real good. They clipped it and edited. Whoever did all the filming and videoing and all the bullshit on that, it was SON and Keegan Grimm. And they were pretty much just, it was their Christmas special. But let me tell you what, some good LOLs, some good jug shit humor in there. That if you guys don't fuck around with it, Do It for the Underground, go sub to their shit also. Tell them Swill sent you.
I will definitely. I'll watch it when I eat dinner tonight.
I see that eye roll, Kiki. Whatever, dude. I'm just. Oh, gee, we got you.
Yeah, my old man is saying something to me right now, and that's why I was like.
Yeah. But I always try to tell them, like, look, man, we got to spread this shit around. If you see something cool, it's the spamily era right now. If you see something that you think is cool or you think is funny that somebody would like to do, share it. Don't keep that shit a secret because these artists can't promote themselves. They can't make the music and the videos and do their promotion and do all this shit. So they're counting on us to do the promo for them, So if you like it, fucking share that shit. Tell your homies about it. Spam it out. Send it 3 times if you think it's something, if they ain't responded. And you're like, no, you need to listen to this.
But when it comes But when it comes to promo, me personally, I'd rather do it old school. I'd rather have a stack of flyers in my pocket. I'm using the urinal, put one on top, because somebody's going to pick it up, put it in their pocket, go do the laundry, pull it out their pocket.
Oh, what the fuck is this thing,
Right, and then check it out. When you're scrolling, you're going to be like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then just keep going. You're not going to click on it.
I'll tell you, EC, that do it for the underground. They're a good one. And Dan Columbus Underground, is that what it is? Was it right?
I know Dan Columbus. If he's who I think he is, yeah, that's my dude. That's my dude.
Yeah, he's always putting up videos of concerts and shit like that, and he breaks it down by the song, so you don't have to go watch the whole concert. If you just want to click one song with the thing, he breaks it down. Dan Columbus Underground, though, I love his concert videos and the shit that he does. So go give him a sub too, EC, because it's some fresh shit for real.
Yeah,
he's always doing clockwork shit, promoting that shit,
Yeah, Monday's the day.
And Monday, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day. And I know I've seen a lot of people getting their, getting their pre-orders and shit like that.
Yeah.
They were packing up a bunch of shit and getting it out there. Like, I'm really looking forward to it, as much hype as it's getting.
Me too.
And then also this new SON one that's coming out.
Yes.
Where it's been a little bit, and I know so he takes pride in the shit that he's putting out there. And that's why it's like this little video promo thing it was good, even though it was like a few weeks late on Christmas. They probably intended to have it out on Christmas, but it was well worth it. It was a very entertaining watch for some dumb Juggalo shit,
How long is it?
It's got to be like, it's at least a half hour. It might, but they got it set up like a little talk show. They got this guy Robbie that's like, he's kind of like a hostage, I guess.
He's been abducted.
Right. Yeah. The story a little bit. Okay. Yeah. But like I said, it's that fucking jug shit, and it make the Juggalo world great again. And I don't even know if it was ever great. Okay. But I do know that it's not found useful. Not so. Yes. I just started doing this shit, EC, a couple months back. And it was like when I left the gathering this year, I just had an urge to try to stay plugged in with the community a little bit more than I had been. I distanced myself a little bit, and I wanted to come back. And shout out to the Midwest United Juggalos. I don't know if you guys fucks with them at all either, but they were doing a live stream from DCG, and they're live streaming the Nedden game. And I don't know if anybody's seen Shank get kicked off the stage or not, but that was fucking hilarious. They're like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking mouthy. But he starts talking to me, and he starts going, man, fuck this bitch and fuck this. Like, dude, you're in the Nedden game.
It's Shank. Do you have anything else less expected out of him?
He's so dumb. I'm like, fucking. I know. I love the guy. He can't help himself.
Hang on, you might want to mute me. She's letting the dogs in.
Hey, and then so it was the funniest part was like, he's like contestant 2 or 3 or whatever, and she asked the question. She's like, what was your most embarrassing moment? And of course, contestant number 1's like, oh man, it's the time I shit myself in the grocery store or whatever, fell on my bike, whatever. And I'm thinking like it's getting to Shank, and I'm like, he's not even going to be able to answer this question. This guy has like fucking zero shame about him whatsoever. Like he's never had an embarrassing moment because he don't give a fuck for real, So she comes up and he straight started with, yep. Oh, I don't know. I got no shame. I'm like, fucking nailed it. Way to go there, Shank. Nailed it. Yeah. I'm like, there's no chance he was winning there anyway, But then, like I said, he's got to start talking shit to the point where they're like, you know what? Get the fuck out of here, you fucking idiot. Like, you shouldn't even fucking be here. And Jay and Shanks kicked him off the stage. Like, get him the fuck out of here. like, well, if that wasn't going to go any other way. And, so fucking Team MUJ, shout out to them. Actually, I hopped on with them for a little bit last night. And and that's the thing is like, these Juggalo podcasting thing and the internet world, it needs to be networked together. That's why I'm always like telling people about shit. Cause like, if you're going to be on, everybody's fucking around. Everybody's on their phone. Everybody's, you know what I mean? A point, a click away from fucking anything. I think I have an email. I got an email. Swills Edition at Gmail. You can do it there.
Swills Edition.
I think so. Swills Edition. I'll be talking all the shit, because this is what I noticed is that, like, even this over here and this over here, MUJ's doing this and Do It for the Underground's doing this. And, but there also needs to be, a facilitator of somebody that's going like, oh, hey, check this out over here, or hey, check this out over here, and plugging that in, because I feel like with a lot of these people, they're afraid to promote somebody else's shit. Like it's gonna, I'll give you an example of something Insane Poetry had said on a podcast the other day, and
I love IP.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like I've been sleeping on IP a little bit. Okay, I've seen the name around. But I've never really, nothing I've ever heard has ever really like grabbed me from him. Right? I don't know if it's the sound, what it is, it might be the sound of his voice, whatever. But I seen him on a podcast and he was talking about helping people coming up in the scene, right? And he goes, and of course he's an older guy, he got a beard and shit, he's all gray. And I'm like, okay, this guy's been doing this for a minute, Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, yeah, this guy's older than me. He's old enough that he could be my cousin, or whatever. Maybe not my
older
dad.
cousin. He's almost 60.
Older cousin,
he's like 50, like 55, 58 in between those.
Yeah, and he goes, okay, you didn't have to put him on blast like that, whatever. Okay, but he could get coffee he can get his golden Buckeye card from McDonald's, is what you're saying. Okay, I got it.
Yes.
But he says like about sharing people's shit and helping people to do shit. And he's like, I am more than willing to help people and share people's shit, do everything. He's like, I have secured my place. This is where I am. And I'm at the top of the underground. I'm never going to make it to the, out of the underground. He's never going to be accepted as mainstream because, because of his content, of where he is, how long he's been doing it, whatever it is. But his awareness to know that, like, okay, this is where I am. Like, it doesn't matter who I help. I can help and I can propel somebody and send them up and over. It's not going to hurt where I am. Okay, this is where I'm going to be. You know what I'm saying? So even if I help this person and they make it famous, whatever, and maybe they forget you and don't fuck with you no more and whatever, or, maybe they help you and bring you along with them, either way. But he's like, it's not going to hurt where I am. If I'm a stepping stone, if I could bring somebody up and bring awareness to people, let them know that, like, oh, okay, this guy's got good shit. I'll tell you one I heard the other day that I really liked was Jason the Sin God. Have you guys ever heard of Jason? I guess he's on AR on Clay's label. And I listened to a couple of these fucking dudes, and I'm like, this guy is riding the beat real well. These beats are bangers. He's got a good voice. He's not trying to jam too many words into his shit. He's telling a good story, got some decent videos. Fucking check him out. He's all right. And it's like, telling people about this other podcast or this or that or whatever, that's not going to take anything away from me. I know who the fuck I am and what I'm trying to do. And I'm just trying to get shit out there. And like you said, make the community worth fucking being a part of again, instead of everybody's over here, all this shit with Boy Blue and fucking downing people and the drama fucking shit. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm down for a little bit of drama. We're gonna come on here and argue about taking kids to the gathering and shit, but not on here, not mudslinging. You know what I'm saying? Like there's levels to this shit, and you gotta have some fucking respect for the community too. I feel if people are just coming on here and slinging mud. And I'll tell you, like another one that a lot of people, because the sex of juggalos, where you got your fam kids, and there's more twisted oriented podcasts, and there's more of the Zooligan oriented podcasts with like the Horde cast and Fuck Your Feelings, Bash Kelly. Bash isn't a bad guy from what I know of him. Okay, I'm not his friend, but he's not a terrible person, but does he say controversial things and do controversial things without caring what anybody thinks of it? Yeah, he does. He burns Chapter 17 merch and shit because he's a fucking asshole, and he wants to get the clicks out of it. He wants people to go, oh, what's this asshole talking about? And like, he's not really all fuck Chapter 17. He doesn't fuck with it, but it's my thing is like, well, I might not fuck with it either, but I'm not going to go burning their merch and getting their people all pissed off at me. I'll listen to anything and I'll share just about anything, because just because it's not my cup of tea, it don't mean you might not like it. You might be like, oh, this is the best shit I ever fucking heard. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad you heard that through me, because, otherwise I wouldn't have done nothing, So he's like, don't say blues. It'll summon him like a succubus. Fuck. Oh, man.
Boy Blue's been around for so long that I can't. He been around for too damn long. Like that's how I know. I remember him from MySpace days, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And getting out there, putting your shit out there. Like I said, if you're good, if people like it, they're going to share your shit. Like they're going to help you. And just like with anything else, if you hear something that you like, what are you going to do? You're going to share it, because you're like, oh, fuck, man, this is a fucking banger song, man. My peeps need to hear that. I can't wait to see Nip's Facebook when this Clockwork E drops in a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be like, oh, boom, 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 share this one. Oh, listen to this one. Oh, you got to hear this one. That's just how it is, When you like it, hell yeah. Hey, oh, wait, do we got you unmuted? Wait, I got you back.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
even if I don't fuck with somebody with music, they're not relevant to me. So I don't bash their names or what they're doing. Nothing. They got their fan bases and they're doing them.
Right, and that's one of the things. Like maybe people want to hear it, maybe they don't want to hear it. But
I'm otherwise 17 all day.
Right.
Hey, right. Darby, bro.
I'm just
Darby, bro.
Listen, I listened to one Darby song, and all I kept saying was, "This is Juggalo Suicide Boys."
A little bit. They call him Shovel Mane.
So I'm just like, If I heard one that sounds like it, and everything else sounds like, I just stuck away.
Right. But next to Emerald Tablets, Garden was the best record that came out last year.
I'll agree on that, because it's one of them things where like the sidekick is almost outshining the artist to me. I like Darby a little more than I like Ouija, and same thing. Like I love Chris Calico more than Tech.
I can't get Ouija. I don't care how many times he's played live or just hearing a song that comes here and there. I just never could get into him.
I think I like Darby more than I do Ouija, but Ouija I think makes some good solid bangers.
Is it banger or beat? Because I know I know a lot of people was like, I really don't. They're like, I fuck with the beat. I really don't fuck with his lyrics. And I'm like,
well, some songs it's the lyrics.
The art of music, is the beat better than the actual lyrics itself? So, because if you have a banging beat and you can just say some stupid shit over it just to make some money, are you really trying to make a movement? Because for me, music, if the beat sounds great and the lyrics matches with it, it is phenomenal, and you can get a good message across. But if you can't do that, you're just trash.
I don't know about y'all, but I've gotten whack ass beat CDs at gatherings that have some banging ass lyrics on it, and you bump that shit because of the lyrics.
You send it to the Swills. Hang on, I got people over sending me emails with a Juggalo craft thingy, and all right, I'm gonna think. You know what? Because I think Jimmy Bubbles has access to the email. I'm not real good at this, but yeah, I'll have to. All right, AP. But you're going to have to tune in next time there, AP, because Jimmy Bubbles controls the emails. But look, y'all, we've been going for over 2 hours. and we got a super good talk here. I feel like we got a good debate going on.
We did, and it's love. It's all love, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't nobody being too disrespectful and shit.
Right.
It's too bad we couldn't have Chew come on and argue a little bit because he made some very valid points.
And he did. But
yes, and we got some, and he did, and I'm still gonna do what the fuck I want. There you go.
Right. I mean, I know what I
absolutely
I know consciously that I'm good. And
absolutely. So like I said, Kiki, thanks for coming on. I see you got your hands busy with shit. Kiki can do it all. She saves a busload of burning children, fucking breastfeeds,
At the Hard Rock Cafe,
podcast, whatever. Yeah, right. Whatever,
cake.
You know?
Little.
For sure.
Next time we get on here, let's talk about juggalos with careers and things.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I don't know. Are juggalos ready for that?
Yeah, my career is talking about juggalos with careers.
That's the thing. The stigma of juggalos, man. That's one thing.
Yes.
I like nice things. It's been embedded that we're these scrubby motherfuckers, but I like nice things. I want a nice house and a nice car.
We all got to eat. We're all eating somehow.
Right.
We're all eating somehow. So,
absolutely. I just think the stigma of the scrubby ass trash lives in a fucking dilapidated house type juggalo shit, man. Like it's true, but
because like you said, we all got to do what we got to do. You know what? I like where you are, Kiki. Maybe we'll come back on and fuck around tomorrow night. What are you doing? Just breastfeeding and shit?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Hell yeah. Well, that's what it is. Yeah, join us next time for Juggalos with Jobs. Get the fuck out of here. All right, hey, thank you, motherfuckers, for popping in the chat and doing all that fucking shit. Share it, thumb it, make your girlfriend subscribe to my shit. If she's got a brother, make him subscribe to my shit. If you know somebody, if your neighbor, you see your neighbor doing on fucking YouTube, make your neighbor subscribe.